Welcome in to stream number 3. What in the world, Windy City? I am your host, Matty Ice. Alongside me, you got the innovator, Dan Doherty. My partner in
What up?
crime, Trey.
The innovator.
I know you're all piling into the chat, but do us a favor and pummel the like, follow, subscribe wherever you're watching. If you are watching in the aftermath, this ain't
We're like
request
real
applies.
streamers.
I know. We're trying. We're really trying here. It's a little desperate. Just give us a like, give us a comment, subscribe, something. Let us know that you're watching. Let us know that you like the content.
Most importantly, give us audio feedback and let us know if our mics are loud enough or not. Or
Yes,
if anything
that
goofy's
was
going on.
literally next on my housekeeping orders was to let us know how the audio is. Because last time, my mic was a little low. And, you know, these guys are really loud and they're a little boisterous and they had a tendency to talk over me. And I didn't like it after I watched it, to be honest. I was wondering
I was
why
sharing
it
the
was.
mic with Sarah, so I wasn't as loud as normal.
You know, Dan, I included you in that piece there, but it was really the other guy.
There's the bus. There's Trey.
Yes.
What'd I do? I wasn't listening.
You're being loud.
Yeah, his mic was too low. He couldn't. Anyways, what's good,
SAD.
gentlemen? What's good?
Hi, Sarah.
Cheers.
Sarah's not here. Sarah's not home. Oh, is she
I
in the
know.
chat?
She's in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, dope.
I always sound good, Sarah. These guys are just full of baloney.
Jeannie just literally hit the Sarah button.
Yeah,
Nice.
your mic always does sound good, and you got a good voice too, man. I gotta
Thank
give
you.
props.
Thank you. I got to take something out of my throat sometimes just to clear it up a little bit, but, you know, normally it's good.
I was taking night classes to get my MedGas certification. Like, you know, you need a cert to install MedGas. It's kind of like, you know, a sought-after cert. It's a hard class. It's nothing but, like, codes and whatnot. And I took my 100-question test yesterday. You need to get an 80 or higher to pass. I got an 85, so woo!
100 questions. That's a lot, man.
It's 100 questions, and it can be, like, a pool of, like, 500 different questions. So it's, like, a very broad thing. And, like...
Good
I know
job,
for a
Dan.
fact. Yeah, I know for a fact one of the other people in my class failed the test.
Ooh.
So, the guy teaching class says
Problems.
at least 2 people every class will fail the written test. or the
Does
quiz
that
test.
coworker have emotional damage?
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
People in the chat, let me know if that was too loud or not loud.
Oh, stop it. It's fine.
My soundboard got all jacked up at the invite.
You could probably play it again now.
Yeah, give it a little test.
Yeah.
I can't see the chat right now.
I can.
Emotional damage.
Anyone? How's that sound?
It's fine.
All
It's
right.
good. Sure.
Good times. Let's see. So we got.
You know what I noticed
we
right
got
now is,
Nate in the
everybody-
chat. We got. Looks like Josh.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans.
You know what I noticed right now is 2 of us are wearing national champion jerseys, and one of us is not.
Ouch. And
That is just horrible.
and one of those is not even his team.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but this is a great jersey. I mean, look at this thing.
Do we have a Chewbacca, or I'm sorry, a Chewbacca soundbite by chance?
No.
I
Oh
like
god,
it.
we do.
I like it. I couldn't remember. We have so many at this point.
Yeah.
I'm getting lost in all the sound bites.
Yeah.
And, we use them all, though, I think. Dan,
Yep.
I gotta be honest. You do a really good job on the soundboard. You're getting better at following the cues, which I really appreciate. Because I don't have to tell you, Dan, hit this soundbite, please.
It's just like I get caught up in the conversation and I'm not thinking about it.
See, now if this wasn't a live stream where our videos were on, like
We could edit it.
I could do that, and it would be like just, perfect. But we're gonna
Seamless.
get there. I have confidence in you.
We're working on it.
You're the unsung hero of this.
I know.
Of this
2
stream.
points for Dan.
Keep telling. Come on. More nice things
No,
about myself.
no. Let's move on. Like,
Did
next topic.
Did you
Let's
get a new
go.
camera?
No. So
You've been
when we
using
did
some
the-
cream or something? You're looking
I mean,
a little shiny
yeah.
and
So
complexion.
when we
solid.
did the episode with Sarah was worried about her. Sorry, babe. I'm throwing you under the bus a little bit here. She was worried about her lighting So she brought out her like bedroom lamp and turned it on over here, so we had a little bit better lighting. I didn't want to do all that, but I have a Milwaukee portable light, and I have that thing on full blast, hitting the white wall that way of me, so the white wall's reflecting back at me.
Nice. A little softener.
Thank you, Sarah.
I mean, dude, you look like a totally different person. Now you really look like Faramir from Lord of the Rings. Dan, I know typically we start the show, we do a little chit chat, for those of you that haven't watched the show before, it's kind of how things work. And we typically get into some whirly news somewhere along the way. I honestly don't remember if we typically do it later or if we do it in the beginning.
It's our show. It's our show. We can do what we want.
That's very true. You bring up a valid point.
Thank you.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, what's new in the world of whirlyball?
Let me start on this one. I got a lot to say because actually I have nothing to say because I wasn't at the invite. I wasn't anywhere.
Boom.
So I'll give it to Matt to go next.
I actually have nothing to say on this either because I was not at the invite, and that's really the only new news that I'm aware of that's happening. But
new news.
This is why
I better not do that.
This is why Dan Doherty, founder of Dan Doherty Scoop, go check out the website. Go reach out to Dan if you need a scoop. That's why he's on the payroll, because he stays up to date with this stuff. And Sean and I are just old, seasoned, grizzled vets with families, and just a lot of other stuff to do. And Dan's just married with no kids. He does have 2 dogs though.
Yeah, but
what I'm trying to say is we have less time than you.
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. Take it away.
I don't know how I feel about this. At least my wife plays, so I can try to lure her on trips as much as I can. She didn't go, unfortunately.
It is a half day, George.
So yeah, Michigan invite was great. I got up there late Friday night. I worked most of the day, so I flew out, which was a poor choice because of the hurricane pushed my flight back. I would have got out there the same time driving, and it probably would have been cheaper. But yeah, so first night of the Michigan invite was mixed, like a money tournament style. Everyone mixed up. My team for that was me, Alex, Johnner, Chili, and
Solid.
Who was the 5th person?
Really?
I don't remember who the 5th person was.
Okay.
Clearly they were really good.
Clearly.
And very memorable.
They're going to be mad at me. I apologize whoever my 5th teammate was.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a good time. It was fun. And then that night they decided to do the draft for the upper lower. I don't know if you listened to our podcast. There was a little controversy with how the
controversy. Oh, right.
There was a little bit of controversy because they could either do 30 uppers or 35 uppers. So everyone that was voting was like, Clint asked everyone, D through A, what they wanted to do. And the vote was pretty much split. So they flipped a coin and it was 30. So there was 5 people that got left out that they felt like they should have been playing with the uppers. So there was some definite butt hurtage. But yeah, I mean the carts were running great. Had one quart clutch, 1 quart brain. Yeah, man, it was a good tournament. I played like crap. My positional awareness was great. My shooting from like 3.5 welds out was not bad, but I could not make anything.
2 welds and up.
It was not happening. Layups at like screens that were close.
Yeah. That's no bueno, brother.
Yeah,
That's no
I
bueno.
wish I was shooting like I was at the last practice. I was shooting really good at the last practice, but
Yeah, you did
I
good.
just yeah.
What was
I
I
also
saying?
took. I also go ahead.
Those carts were like, from my view, they were going like 90 miles an hour.
It was probably 9. I would say
Yeah.
9.
Cool. That was close.
So I mean, I don't know.
I wish I was there. I just couldn't go. I didn't know what part of my life I'd be in right at that point. So
No,
here's what it
it's
is.
It's
Cool.
understandable. But yeah, I mean, like, they were running great, dude. Like, going there and playing in their carts made me remember how rough we have it. Like,
It's not
like,
that bad. I'll tell you what.
but
I was able to watch quite a bit of the live feed. And dude, that one court was just, in my opinion, it was too fast. Like, I don't know why.
What, the clutch court?
Whichever court it was, I'm pretty sure from what I've talked with other people that were there that the clutch cart was just ridiculously fast. Like, if you make one like tiny mistake, like, or you get bumped a little bit, like it's over. And I don't know. I feel like you should have at least a little bit of time to recover, like half
to be
a
able
second.
to work the carts, to
Yeah,
be able
to,
to
like,
work the carts.
Yeah, yeah. I
That was
feel
the
like
thing that
that's
was
more
happening on
skill
that court.
based, in my opinion, versus
you
everything's a
did not
supercar.
hit the person coming down on the like when it transitioned from defense to offense. If you didn't hit them high and hit them quick, they had so much speed they were juking you out of your fucking shoes every time.
Yeah,
And-
we make an eighth of a turn in the wrong direction and you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. Like, because if you're like kind of in that wall, or you're trying to go to someone that's coming, you couldn't catch them. It was a lot of layups. But I also took the hardest hit I've ever taken in whirlyball on that court. I'll get to that later. But
Nice. Did
I
you
got-
did you fall out of the cart and did you roll around?
I
That's
did
a thing-
not.
that's a thing
I
in
did not
Michigan.
Matty ice it. I did not Matty ice it.
Yeah, we got to pull up that GIF. I'm sure you have it ready.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe
Okay.
another time.
Maybe another time.
Moving on.
You need to get better. You
All
have
right.
it. I've sent it. But yeah, I took a steering column right to the pelvis. I had trouble walking the next 2 days at work. It was so bad. I thought I fractured something down there.
Did that affect the home life when he got back?
No, it was fine.
No. Okay. Well, that's good. That's the most important thing.
But yeah, so and then we got the Texas invite coming up in end of January, February.
Mm-hmm.
And Clint just released some more details on that. It'll be kind of like open play, to get the feel of the courts starting at noon. And I think at 5 is when they'll do kind of like how this one went, where it's like a money tournament style, where everyone's mixed together, D through A,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Where
depending
at?
on Texas. And then depending on how many people show up, it'll be dependent on the upper, mid, lower, how that format breaks out.
Nice.
But there is a hotel link up. I think it's like $90 a night or something like that. It's not terrible. I'm going out. I'm going out Thursday night. I'm gonna go to Six Flags that Thursday. So anyone that's going Thursday wants to go to Six Flags, hit me up. Sarah can't make this one either, unfortunately, and she's mad because she wants to go to Six Flags too.
Who was Bearded Dynasty again?
That's Josh from Cleveland, I think.
Okay.
Dan, by the way, I think your mystery teammate was John Hansen.
Yeah.
According
Your
to
wife and-
your
and,
wife,
yeah.
How can you forget about John
Not Barrett.
Hansen?
He said some mean things about me in the Texas.
Okay, so this was purposeful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 100% purposeful.
All right.
He's dead to me.
I'm
And he
catching
also blocked me a couple times in the when we weren't on the team in the actual invite. So
Was he donning his patented chromed out scoop?
he was in fact.
Man, dude, I need to see I need to see that thing up close.
The one you need to see is Josh from Cleveland's. He had his done with Sear Coat. Sear Coat is what they use to coat handguns and rifles and stuff. It's super expensive to get done. I think what he said is he was getting one of his he was getting something else coated, and they just used the leftover to coat his scoop. But it's
Okay.
supposed to be super super tough, super good stiff.
Super good stiff.
He's got the stiff.
It's a stiffy.
He's got the stuff.
He's got the stiffy. Okay, well that's good. As far as news goes,
Oh, I also got one more. Sorry, one more news
And
thing.
then
I'm not gonna go into too much into it because I really didn't talk to anyone to kind of clear it. But Gus had started a chat with some of the media people, and we're working on some
glorious infrastructure.
for
Mhm.
videoing and commentating and making sure that the streams are up, the streams are good, and trying to get commentary for both courts. So
nice.
So
Yeah, that would be sweet, especially for do a little test run potentially at an invite, and then whether
I don't
want
to go into too much detail about it, like I said, about who's all involved and what we're planning until I ask them more about it. But just know that we are working on that.
Yes.
And by we, I don't
go
mean me, I mean,
whirlyball community media.
I'm just loosely
America.
involved.
Nice.
I think that's all we got for news.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's
Okay.
it. It's
Okay.
it's definitely no Steve on the scene, but
Yeah.
you know, we're
Maybe
getting
one
Steve
day.
on the scene.
One
Steve on
day.
the scene. Yeah, that's what the Podfathers. It's their little whirlyball news section
Mm.
or segment. Sorry. All right. Well,
Steve on the scene. I like
should
it.
we bring in our guest?
Yeah,
I
that'd be
think
cool.
everyone
I think
knows
he's-
who it is by the title of this
Yeah.
episode.
Just let him sit in the waiting room for a little
You
bit
know,
more.
I
All
was
right.
Green room.
Let's bring him in. This guy, I think he's pretty well known in the whirlyball community. If you're in Seattle, obviously you know him. For those of you who don't, first time I ever played against this guy was in 2018 in Seattle. I'm sorry, in Atlanta. And I remember thinking, I'm like, holy crap, this dude is super tall. And he was a menace to play against. I did not expect this from him at all. And then when I played him, it
Nope.
was the most annoying thing ever. It's like
Yeah.
the first time I've ever seen like a really, really tall person on a whirlyball court and had to play against him.
Mm-hmm.
Without further ado, we are going to bring in the one and only Chief Keef, Nathan Kiefer.
Shot goes up. Adam with the rebound. Keeper looking for the ball.
What's
Full
up,
court
guys?
pass. And it's good.
What's up, man? We're watching your highlight reel video.
Keeper looking for the ball.
All right, let's
Mills.
see it.
The Chief Keef. Looking to help get someone in. He says, I got it. And he does.
Dan, this commentary is like mediocre at best.
Mark with the ball. Keith looking to set a pick for Brando. Helping get White in. 2-on-1 on Gus. Keith takes it to the hole. It's good. I'm a big kid now.
Oh, this
3,
one hurts to watch.
2, 1. It's good.
What up, Nate?
What's
What's up, guys?
How you
doing?
doing, my friend?
Good, good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Thanks
it's
for,
it's
for
weird
joining.
how I was commentating all those games he was playing.
I know, really.
Did anybody else notice the weird coincidence that he's wearing another non-winning jersey? It's
I
weird.
know.
What's
Why
going
you
on?
did
guys
notice
gotta be
that.
so mean?
Yeah.
I keep having these second place jerseys.
Yep.
Hanging on to them.
Yep. hmm
Well,
That's-
I mean, we were
That's somebody else.
I'm 1-1 against you in championships now, so we're even.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's up, man? How you been?
Good, good. Just hanging out. Glad to be on. You guys invited me on. Figured we could go over some stuff and just chill.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. As most.
I
of
love
you
you,
expect, If anybody
Yeah.
like really knows Nate, like this is Nate.
Yeah.
Okay, and for those of you who don't know, you're getting a nice little introduction into this chill, just total homie.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of told you guys a little bit of intro about just my first encounter with Nate. I don't think I spoke a word to him the entire tournament or seeding that year.
Nope.
And then, you know, the pandemic and stuff happened, and like we started playing video games together and some cool stuff.
There's a lot of whirlyball guys that play games together. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. All four
dude.
of us did.
It was so much
Yeah.
fun, and I got to know him a little bit more, but I still feel like I don't really know him that much. Like I know him
No.
a little bit more
Sure.
than I do in some whirlyball, some other people from whirlyball. But I'm excited to get to know you a little bit more. I'm not necessarily going to ask you like a ton of personal questions and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, whatever.
But you know, we'll get into it. And if anybody has questions for Nate, you know, drop them in the chat.
Yeah.
You know, we'll circle back to that stuff later.
I will feel free to cut off Matt at any point to ask that question and nil Matt and his question that he's saying at the time. Feel
Yeah.
free.
He definitely will. So I guess we could just kind of get into the questions if you want, but
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
one of the
Sure.
things that's kind of become normal, I think, for a lot of the podcasts, and you know, shout out to the Podfathers, of course. You know, is the whirlyball origin story. Like, how did you get started? How did you find whirlyball? How did you get into it? You know, both. You know, was it leagues? Did you jump into competitive right away? What was kind of the beginning for you?
Yeah, so it was pretty much competitive, but it was like, early on beginner leagues. I started playing with like Mark and then because I've known him since like high school, we go way back. And they needed another player, so I came out. And then I ended up like replacing a guy that was gonna quit or something, anyways. And then after that, we just kept going, and I kept playing, Mark kept playing, some of those other guys quit out, and then we kind of all my buddies got together when it was here in Seattle in 14,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just rolled that division pretty well. Just because a lot of
Nationals?
it
Okay,
was
so
in Seattle.
So 2014 is the first nationals you played in.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
did D in
Okay.
Seattle, and it
Wait
was
a-
just
So
with
you've
my
won
buddies,
D and C.
hmm
Have you won B?
No,
You haven't won B yet. Okay.
I almost did.
Almost
True.
doesn't
You
count.
almost. Yeah.
True.
I almost won
Came
C.
very close.
I put up a better battle, Dan, though. So
That's
Hey,
very,
all,
very.
all of our games we lost were by like 2 or 1 point. Okay,
yeah, ours were pretty close too.
Yeah.
we never got blown out by slamming salmon though.
That's true.
That's good. That was a tough team.
George
I mean-
just dropped in the chat. He said Nemesis.
Oh yeah, George and I have had some good battles over the years. I think
Yeah.
he likes when I'm on his team more than not.
Oh yeah.
We'll have. I cannot confirm or deny. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably could, but I'm not.
Well,
Gonna
we played
say.
that one invite together, so he was pretty happy.
All right, so continue on with the story. So 2014.
Oh yeah, so we just
you played in
we
D.
just decided to play because it was in Seattle and all my buddies were together. We're like, hey, let's just play. So it was 4 of my really good friends, and then we got Darren who played there, and he just was like, hey, I'll play goalie for you guys. So we're like, yeah, sounds good. So he pretty much just sat back in goal, and I think we went undefeated, didn't lose a game. So
Nice.
and then they just didn't want to travel. They were getting older and families and stuff like that. So I just kept playing in leagues.
Do you remember like anybody like specific that was in that division that year, like that's still playing, or?
Yeah, it was against Dahl and Stewart.
Okay.
Oh
So you played against them and beat them?
yeah, they were all in D.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with the group of 4 other players that are no longer playing.
Well, it wasn't like all of them together on a team. They were just on different teams. I think like Banlo was on with like that Doreen that played for a while, and I know Stewart and Dahl were together, and then like his ex-wife was on there, Amanda, and someone else. So,
But like I'm talking about on your team, the team that won.
yeah,
It was just
I don't know.
4 other dudes that are 4 other people that haven't that don't play anymore.
Yeah, they don't play anymore.
Wow. So
It's all my buddies.
You beat a bunch of guys who are still playing and that are your teammates now. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Could you repeat everything you just said?
Nope.
Just kidding.
Oh, we were just saying none of my team's still around. All my buddies quit.
His original D team started with 4 people that don't even play anymore.
Yeah, because Mark
crazy.
wasn't on it because he already
Is
won.
that your nationals beginning story, or is that just your origin beginning players?
That was more just the nationals, like with the friends.
Okay.
I would say more 18 is when I really started getting into it because
Okay.
that was when I traveled.
Nice.
So that whole
that was
time though, from like 2014 nationals to 2018 nationals, were you playing consistently?
Playing leagues. Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
did you have like any kind of like background or like sports coming into this, or did you just kind
I
of?
played hockey for a long time, like
Okay.
roller hockey. There was a pretty
Interesting.
big. Yeah, there
I
was
would not peg you for a roller hockey guy.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, he's big. No, whatever.
I'm
He's a tall.
thinking,
He's like a defender, right? He
Zdeno
probably played defender?
Chara, type
Actually-
thing.
Actually, I sat in front of the net and like played like a screen
Yeah,
and just
that's
messed
what I
with the
hold.
goal-
You're the
messed
guy
with the
messing
goalie.
people up. Yeah, you don't fuck with
Yeah.
my goalie type of guy. Yeah, I get it.
So
I just swore. I'm sorry. Apologize to everybody.
we did that for a long time, and then probably like 4 or 5 years, around when I was like 20 years old, and then the rinks shut down, and so we're like, oh, let's get into something else, and then that's how we
Nice.
got into whirlyball.
Awesome.
Like even early on, we wore our hockey jerseys. We were the Sofa Kings.
Nice.
I
Hey,
feel
Nate.
like
Yeah.
hockey and whirlyball. It's an easy transition, probably.
It
Oh,
is
really?
kind of setting screens.
I feel
and
like the
picks and-
game. We got a D guy. We have a D guy that's a hockey player. Michael.
Stop talking.
Michael.
Stop talking. Stop giving out our
Mhm.
secrets.
He's a hockey player, and he honestly, like, he would have played this year in nationals. He just kind of came into our scene a little bit late. He's great. Honestly, he looks really good on film and everything. He just kind of understands the way, there's small nuances that he's gonna have to figure out. But my question for you, Nate, is when you were playing hockey, did you get angry and animated? Because you are like the quietest, nicest, kind of like even when like we were playing against each other, it was never you were never like, yeah, take that, Trey. It was just
Yeah, I'm more like I just do like the subtle little talking to people. I try to get like in their head or mess with them, but I usually don't get too mean or anything like most people. But
I don't
no.
get mean.
that invite was another second place for you though. What's Bill
Yeah.
talking about down there?
Yeah.
Shots fired from the chat.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ouch.
I know.
By the way, you guys,
Z-Man.
did you know that at nationals, like Bill had a herniated disc or had sciatica problems? or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
That's
He told
nuts.
me.
I didn't know until basically after the tournament, and I'm like, you did good. And just thank God.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
stuff hurts
I
too.
can't-
My sister has a bunch of
You
issues
take
with
that pain, you shove it deep down inside.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine how things would have went if he was at full strength.
The same.
That's probably the same.
I mean, the result, yeah, but maybe we don't get beat, by 20 in the one game.
No, just by
Maybe he
10.
would've-
Just about 10 that game.
Maybe he would have made a few more of those quick shots that he took.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Yeah, you might
Well,
be
we're
right.
gonna get into that later.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So you 2018, right?
Atlanta.
Nationals journey. You go to Atlanta. I believe the
Mhm.
team name or the name of that team, which I think suits you really well, was Silent but Deadly.
Yeah.
And you have, like at the time, like Brandon. I think it was Brandon White, Chris Banlow, right?
Banelo was
it
definitely on that
wasn't
team.
White.
No.
Yeah,
was,
Brandon was not on the team. The first time I played against Brandon was last year.
Yeah. It was Banlow, Dustin,
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
David Bowen.
Yeah.
David Bowen. You're right.
David Bowen was on that
Shoot,
team.
who was the fifth? Damn.
Was it
My
Stevie?
bad. Whoever I'm leaving out.
Well, that was the year that Mark didn't go, correct?
Was it Stevie?
Yeah, I don't think
No,
he did.
Steve
go
was
to
on
Atlanta.
My
Or
Beef
was he
It
a,
wasn't
Strong.
Steve.
was he on a okay.
He was
I've only
on
played
My
with
Beef
Steve
Strong.
like
Hmm.
twice.
Are you?
Yeah,
no, it
they
was
were the
Brandon
team that
White,
beat
dude.
us. Was it White?
It had to be.
I guess
There's
I
no
guess
way,
it
dude.
was.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
it's got to be
Can someone look this up, please?
It must have
Post it
been.
in the
Yeah,
chat.
it must have been.
because
Yeah,
the other
just
team
go
was
through like
was
6 years
Steve,
of volleyball on the page. Figure it out.
Steve,
If Clint Fisher's
Brandon,
watching, I'm sure he has like a quick
Dahl,
reflex
Noah.
on his
Steve,
phone.
Brandon,
Just, oh, yeah,
Dahl, Noah,
2018.
and
Ooh,
Stan?
Noah might have been down at
Stan.
that point.
Stan.
Yeah.
Did he go that year?
Yeah, he went that year.
Okay.
Josh,
Then that's gotta
if
be
you
the
can't
year.
remember the fifth,
was.
maybe it was John Hansen.
It was.
Well
it was
played.
White.
That's a
I
good one.
couldn't remember if he went that year or not
Yeah,
because it was like his first year, I think.
that's
And-
good.
That team is like all you guys were like so quiet. Like you literally stayed true to the name.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think like
it-
David was the loudest.
Exactly.
no one listened to him. So
Very true. Very true. And the funny thing is so Brandon White, right? Obviously, like he played this year. I think that was the most animated I've ever seen him on the court. Was when
Yeah.
we were playing in those last two games. Dude was
he
like
plays-
doing
he
shit
plays
that
better
I
that way.
normally do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like somebody's about to shoot and he's just like, yeah, like shouting stuff out.
3, 2, 1.
I think like
Yeah,
there
he
was
gets
one
into it.
where
he's like scoring. He's like, yeah, like
Oh,
yelling.
Yeah, he's getting animated.
let's go.
You gotta watch that though, because
Dude was
that's
getting
that's
amped
a
up.
double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
You get animated like that, and you piss the wrong person off on the other team. That happened to us a couple games where people were trying to get animated against us, and I turned into a real dick on the court really quick, getting even more animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that I think that makes it just even more fun.
It's all right though.
I'm
Sometimes
not going to
some
change like
people
my
play better that
style of
way.
play. You can't worry
Oh,
about
no,
what the other teams
all
can
I'm
do.
saying is it's a double-edged sword. A lot of times, yeah, I'll get in someone's head and it'll make them like, oh shit, they scored again. But like me, I'm like, okay, you're gonna get loud. Guess what? I'm gonna get even freaking louder.
Yeah, you do
Makes
get
sense.
animated every once in a while.
Yeah.
Sean does sometimes.
I
Very
mainly
few.
say,
far
I heard
between.
Sean a couple times, but yeah, not very often.
I mainly
It's
say
about
really
the same as me.
I mainly say really stupid stuff on the court.
Me too.
I just talk and call out plays. I don't really. I'm on to the next before that play even ended. Like it's all right. It was a good play, but next play happens. Here we go.
That's true. That's a good point. All right, so continue on. Silent but deadly in Atlanta.
We were playing really well. We beat the Atlanta team that ended up winning in like seeding stuff.
Yeah,
But then we didn't
With
coordinate with the other Seattle team very well, so we ended up playing them first in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And
There was
we were
no
winning.
collusion, is what you were saying. There was no
Yeah, we were.
colluding afoot.
Well, yeah, I guess we weren't as good as like the A guys who actually pay attention to that. And then they ended up beating us. We were ahead, and they ended up beating us at the end.
Hmm.
So we went to losers, and then we beat like I think 2 Chicago. Did we knock out
think you
both
guys-
Chicago's?
I think you guys knocked us out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we
you
knocked
guys
out
knocked
both
us out.
Chicago's that year, and then we lost to
I think you
I
guys
forget who, like
played-
Michigan or something, or
I think you guys played Bill's team in like was it double or triple overtime?
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. a
That
good game.
was a really fun
Yeah.
game to watch.
Yeah.
Obviously, was pulling for our guys after you just
Yeah.
beat us, but
Yeah, so I think we would have had a good chance against Atlanta,
Phenomenal
but
game.
we didn't end up playing them. So
How did you perform against Kyle Phillips that year? Like
So
was
I
he
did well.
I'm assuming he was guarding you most of the time.
he came down a couple times when like I scored, and he'd come down and try and like assert himself down there. And then I was like, oh, you're coming to play defense now, huh? And then I think I scored on him once, and he got a little angry, and we got after each other a little bit actually after the game and
Nice.
stuff. But
Really?
it was all good. Yeah, it was probably the most I've gotten heated in the
All right,
Really?
Talk,
Wow.
talk to me
Nationals.
about that.
Yeah.
Expand
it
on
was
that,
just-
please.
He just started talking smack, and I started talking back,
Never.
and then I think I scored, and he got mad, and then he left, and like so it was just one of those little scenarios. It wasn't anything. After we got off the court, it was all good. It's just
Oh,
one of
okay. So it
those.
did. I thought the way you said
Nah.
it that it carried over to off the
Nah,
court. No.
nothing really
Oh.
carries over for
If
me.
my memory
kinda
brings me
disappointing.
back to anything, though, wasn't this the year that there was a whole bunch of smack talking happening?
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
there was a lot of
yeah,
smack
because it was
talking.
them at home. and
Was
they
this the
had,
year
like,
that the D players kind of had like Scott?
Oh, and then I think that was the
some
year where like
crazy
that
things?
weird
Oh
stuff,
yeah, no.
weird stuff
Scott,
happened with the B team too.
I'm pretty sure Scott made someone cry.
Yeah,
I think it was Allie from Texas, I believe.
yeah. Ellie was giving it out, and then Scott was the first person I think to give it back to her.
Yeah.
And
She can
and
handle
just
that.
like they ended up. I mean, here's the thing: is Chicago ended up winning that game, so obviously everything compiled together, and it was finally like, oh shit,
Yeah.
here we go. And then I think
Yeah.
Ellie was like, I'm sorry for the things I said off the court. And it was,
Yeah, well,
everybody was
she-
cool about it.
She actually ended up playing, I think, with Julie or like a team that we had down the road. I think the first time I didn't talk to her at all that tournament. And she, I think anytime somebody has their first nationals, they come in a little extra
Yeah.
boisterous, a little
You're not really talking to
little
people much.
inflamed, like,
Intimidated.
sticking with your group, with your center, and the people that you
Mhm.
know.
Especially if you're having a bad time.
Well,
I-
nobody,
how do you have a
nobody
bad
really
time?
has a bad time at nationals.
Atlanta was my first Nats, and I had a bad time. I was moping in the parking lot like after every game.
Well, you're a
Just 'cause
moper.
you lost.
He's a moper. He just does that.
I don't mope anymore. I am mopeless.
Hopeless.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hey, I lost C with grace. Okay, that's my story, and I'm sticking to
That's
it.
right.
That's your story. That doesn't mean it's true.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
But I got the chance to meet Allie. I think when we did, I think it was a Texas invite, maybe right before the pandemic or something like that. And she was like sweet as pie. I was like,
Yeah.
she's a really nice person. This is awesome. This is why we do these things, these invites, so that we don't get in our echo chambers. You know,
Oh God.
it makes nationals better now that I start to think about it. Like with the invites, when you go
Mhm.
and you start playing with other people and you actually get
Mhm.
exposure to them, like
Because before that, it's just a
Super cool.
rivalry. It's just a rivalry, and you like kind of like grow to hate people if you don't go to him because you're just like, man, you know what? I hate that guy. He's so good, and he talks crap, and he goes, "Yeah, I just scored a basket right in my face."
Yeah,
You know,
like I was saying with
Who does that?
Ross.
Yeah, Nate.
Ross, like I'd never really talked to him, and then we got on a invite mixed team, and I thought he was really nice and cool. Like everyone always talked smack about him, or
so
you know,
Ross from Texas.
yeah,
Yeah.
he kind of has a similar game to me too. So I was kind of, or
What,
I have a
tall?
similar game to him, I guess.
What, Saul?
I love that game plan. we
It's
have to figure that out in Chicago.
Yeah, it's a great
Someone's got to
game
figure
plan.
that out.
And not everyone tall is good, Dan.
That's true.
Fair.
All right, so
But hey,
let's
I
go on.
mean-
Let's go back.
Definitely
to,
gives you an advantage.
yeah, it
Let's
helps.
go back to all right, Atlanta. So, what did you end up getting? Second or third?
No, we got because, like I said, we got down in the losers like first game. So I
Did
think
you
we
guys
got like
lose
third,
to Andrew Peterson's
third or
team?
fourth, or I think so.
Oh man, like you beat our team and then you
Yeah.
beat Bill's.
Trash.
Yeah.
Was the Whiplash team,
Yep,
and then
yep,
you lost to Ding.
yep.
Oh, my
Ding! I
God.
remember that name.
Yeah, we
That's
were.
awesome.
I think we beat them both games in seeding that year. We were a bad matchup for them, whereas like you guys. Were
Yeah,
an
it's funny
awful
just how
matchup for
some
us.
matchups. Yeah, some matchups are just totally different. It's weird.
I'm sorry. I got to repeat this one. George just kind of said one of the comments from Allie. Allie is like, SAD, which is suck a,
Hmm.
you know what? And Scotty said, whip it out.
Nice.
I just love
Yeah,
the
I think
banter
there was
they had on the
some
court.
other choice words.
There was
that
some other choice
were
words.
thrown
I
in, but
loved
we
it.
won't get into that. Hey, the Whirlyball Nation is a great place. Everybody loves each other. You need to join.
Yeah.
Find a
We
league
might
near
say
you.
we might say some mean things
a
on the
league
court,
near you.
but off the court, we're all family.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful,
leave it on the court.
beautiful bunch of assholes.
Yes.
Well
Oh,
said.
Kyle's here finally. Thank God.
Hey, speak of the devil. It's like I
just-
said that on cue.
Good. I just talked about him.
Yeah, yeah. You talked about
We talked
dunking
about
on him.
you.
and
Yeah.
getting all fired up.
Yeah.
All right,
take
so
that.
all right, let's go past right next year. We play each
Mhm.
other in the championship game in Seattle. You guys were
2019
by far and
20
away
with the 2020 year.
19.
19. Yeah.
19.
Well,
You guys-
2020 didn't.
2020
2020 didn't happen. The Rona.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was 2020,
Oh,
but
2020.
2019 version of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2019.
It was 2019.
Don't worry about it, Kyle. We'll talk. You can always rewind and find out later.
Back
So talk to me about Seattle that year.
Seattle.
So you're 2 for 2 in Seattle is what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay.
You can only win in Seattle.
I guess so. Yeah. It's better than not winning. Right,
I would say that's all right. I can't win anywhere, so you got me beat.
Seattle, yeah, I pretty much did the same thing, made kind of my own C team because a lot of those guys were all together, like the Steve. Well, Steve and Noah played in B. And
Oh, that's right. They did.
Yeah.
And they won B.
Yep.
That's
So I
was
played
it
in
Nikon, Weber, and Raff, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I played in C and then double dipped on the B team because they needed an extra with like the older guys, Keith and Brett
Vaughn.
and yeah, Rob and Sean. Yeah, the C team we did well, obviously. And then you saw what I think 2 teams moved up to the B tournament, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
It's you
us
and
and
us
and
moved.
you guys, yeah.
And then I think if I would have stayed with my C team, I think we would have actually done better than my B team, but I didn't want to do that, so I just played with the B guys, and I think White subbed in on my team.
Yeah, didn't they actually like win like 2 games?
Hmm. I think they won 1, maybe not 2, but at least 1 for sure.
I
Nice.
felt like they won 2.
You guys did
or
pretty
maybe
well
they
too,
were
didn't you?
super-
Didn't
Well,
you
we
guys do-
played. Ironically, we played Steve's team, I think, first, and then we played you guys second. And Steve's team, honestly, there was a couple plays here or there, and I actually feel like we could have won that game. And then the fact that they went on to win that tournament stung, because it would have been insane to get second in the C tournament and then go up and win the B tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it would have happened, like, even if we won that game, but one can dream.
Yeah, I played pretty well against their B team too. So.
Sure. What was it? What was your strategy? Tall again?
Yep.
Yep.
The
Tall in the key.
Like it.
Seattle trees grow tall.
2 in the key or tall in the key.
Yeah, like
Especially in Seattle.
Is there something in the
key.
water out there? Because you guys have like just some absolute giants,
I don't know why that is. It does seem like there's
right?
taller people from Seattle, I guess, than some other places.
Something about the elevation, depending on where they're at on Mount Rainier. If they go
There's
like
a lot of
halfway up,
trees, like you said.
then you have the
so.
smaller version. But if they like did it all the way on the top, then that's where you get the keepers.
But no, my dad's 6'4", so I'm like just a little bit taller than him.
Born in the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
brought up cutting trees down.
Yeah, my best buddy who played on my D team, he's like an inch shorter than me. I think if he would have kept playing, he would have been great too.
Nice.
Any chance you can get him back out?
Yeah.
He wants to come play when it's this year in
All right,
Seattle.
we'll bring him out, dude. He might
they
find
want-
the love again.
I'm remembering him, and he can't play D.
they want to play D. I'm like, you
Nope,
guys should
not
go play
happening.
C.
Shit, I want him to play C either. I don't know where I'm ended up yet.
All right, so fast forward. All right, so you won in 2019. You
Yeah.
also played. You played C. You played B.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need to go by year, but you haven't played A yet, correct?
No, I haven't played A.
No. Okay. So when is that coming? Have you getting second with this team? Is it going to be this year?
It comes when they tell me they need me. Seattle's more, seniority. So the guys who've been playing forever get to fill in A teams, and then if they have any spots open, I would hop into one. If not, then I'll probably play B again.
We'll get into that later, Dan.
Okay.
It brings up an interesting question.
I know your question.
Like I think Jeff had posted on the Facebook page.
I
like
guess we'll get to it now.
Last week or something about like how centers grow their players. The team, constructions. How are the decisions made? Obviously, Jeff only knows Seattle. Sean, Dan, do you guys want to kind of like go into like what we do in Chicago?
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, this year was different than I believe any other year that we've done ours. We had 15 or 20 of our like basically C level and above C level players. We only had C level and B level basically, and we voted how many teams we're going to have in each division, and what type of teams. If we're going to put together 2 mixed in B or 1 super B and 1 super C, and kind of we voted for 1 super B, 1 super C, and then mix the rest of the C, and D was obviously just a mixture of everybody. And then at that point, we went from the top down, and we had our top like 8 or 9 guys or 10 guys vote on who they thought the 5 best players were from our center to bring,
including Jeremy. Jeremy was
including Jeremy, because Jeremy was out there practicing with us basically every week, which is great to have because Jeremy is obviously top tier elite player. Awesome to have his input.
Yeah, he knows he's going to perform well. And
yeah, so we basically sent all of our votes into Jeremy, and by doing that, a lot of people get hurt. The people that are on the cusp, and we figured out our B team. We voted for our C team, and then from there on out, we kind of just let those players kind of in each division kind of like sort it out almost. Or did we have like at the D level? The D level was kind of like, all right, we made the teams for D. I think
it was kind of different for because it's a lot easier for us to kind of, I think, make teams for the lower levels and kind of try to cut out some of the back and forth, whereas like C players voting on like who the B team should be, like there's just
the C players didn't vote on that. It was just
I know. I'm saying the concept of that
just
doesn't make a lot of sense logically.
Well, yeah, I should have been on that B team.
Well, Nate would have. Then
lost
you would be
C.
wearing a winning B jersey.
I don't know. He lost C, so how is he gonna?
Oh yeah, no.
Good point. He lost
Yeah.
C.
I'm
He thinks
just
he should
saying.
play B.
I was just.
With a bum arm.
I fucking hate
What
you.
what team
I
won
was just-
won C?
I
Was
was-
that the Castaways?
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Oh,
stab
yeah.
you.
Oh,
the next time I see you.
shoot.
Best third place team of all time.
So I was
That's
just insinuating though, like people's egos are gonna get in the way. You know, like, oh, I should be on that B team.
That's true. Yeah, there was
You
a
see,
little.
see what
that-
happens?
that's
We
all
start talking about our own ways of how we do things, and people are angry already. Dan's just.
Enragement.
Oh, I'm not wearing my glasses.
Same thing happens at ours. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Nate,
tough.
go ahead about yours then. Go ahead and explain how you guys do yours.
pretty much the same thing, but we didn't like vote on the best 5. It was more. Sorry, nephew
Pause
just
for
got home.
effect.
I know that's what I heard. Like I'm like, is that a chicken? All of our faces like what? The heck
Basically,
was that?
just decided if we wanted one B team.
Yeah.
And then kind of figured out the best 5 from there. Oh, hi.
Did you
Wave.
guys go over like the A teams first, or was it like, hey, we're gonna have 3 A teams and then we're gonna go see if we want 1B? Is that kind of how it happened?
Yeah,
or
like
do
does
you-
it start at
Yeah.
the top and kind of like work its way down?
Exactly. So it was what, this last year we did 3, right? 3 A teams.
Yeah. Yes, you guys. Did.
So it was, they filled those in, and then I think Steve and I were on the cusp if they needed us or not, you know. And
Mhm.
then they didn't. So then we made we ended up doing the 2 B teams because
They
I think
didn't need
everyone's
ya.
kind of at that point where we needed 2
Yeah.
B teams. It wasn't like before where we probably should have just had 1. Those couple of years where we did it.
Mhm.
So we made 2, and I think they both performed pretty well. I mean, the other guys did pretty decent, I thought too. So
Okay.
When
But
does
did
when does that
people-
conversation start for you guys?
usually, like when we start practicing and stuff, like
Which is
3 months before ish.
okay.
Sometimes like talks will start about like January, February of like teams or who's playing or
So you mean
I'll
they,
start, like,
they
figuring.
don't start immediately after the tournament?
no.
Like I think for all of us, like typically there's always like somebody who's like, all right, so what do we do next year? You know, like we're
Yeah.
already moving on. It's like, all right, we're gonna pull this person in or whatever, or you know, these people want
I
to play
mean, I
together.
think the better the sooner personally, but it just kind of depends on who's playing, and there's a lot of late people. Seattle will probably be a lot different too.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
I don't
different when
know.
you're hosting, right? Like you
Hosting and you
Exactly.
guys have all those people in the woodworks that don't travel and
Yeah.
That's the thing I was gonna ask you is like I know it's super early, but like what's it looking like right now? Like out of the gate, were you guys having 5, 6 A teams? Are they gonna cap it?
I think they're talking at least 4, so probably just depends.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
the
'cause
most
I mean,
A
like-
teams in 1 year.
'Cause I'm sure
Are they
like
gonna do
Mike
that?
Wall's gonna play and stuff like that, you know, since he's
dun,
in
dun,
Seattle.
dun.
Dude, I love watching that guy play. That guy's a freaking
You fucking
Patrick
animal.
Patrick
Beast.
Bruce doesn't really travel. I'm sure he'll play stuff like that. So
Nice. Very cool. Did the people on the cusp ever get butthurt at your center?
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean, I have been a few times. I don't really show it too much,
No.
but
What are you talking about, man? You wear your emotions on your sleeve.
I mean, I let them know that I think I deserve to be up there like I did in A this year. But if
You don't
they
shut
already have-
down though, right? You don't like.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
I still performed well and played as hard as I could.
Yeah, man.
I'd like to win B too. So
I feel like you've gotten a little bit better. Just like kind of like I feel like yours has kind of just been like this like gradual uphill.
yeah, which
trajectory.
is surprising because I'm up in the 40s now. I just turned 43.
Well,
so.
I know.
Damn, you're old.
To be
I
fair,
know, right?
I also didn't
Probably like-
know when you actually started playing.
Yeah,
I was
I
actually
haven't
gonna
played in a long
ask you-
time, but
I was gonna ask you that question. Is like, how do you feel like was there a moment when you realized that like you were good, or did you just kind of come in knowing, hey, like I can do this, I'm gonna be a
He's
good
tall.
player. I just
He's,
need...
he was
So
always
I
good.
mostly just played over on the intermediate side because it took me a long time to get on the advanced side even too because
Mhm.
that was the same kind of thing. It was they have their certain amount of people and then you get thrown on the intermediate. So
How does that work out there? Because to me, I don't know. You know, I know you guys have leagues, but I don't know how your leagues run.
What do you mean? Like
You
how
said
who do you pick,
intermediate
or?
side. I obviously I can figure it out that way, but like,
Oh, so like
said-
the A's and stuff will be the advanced, and then the intermediate will be like C and
B,
C and
some,
D, and maybe some B if
Okay.
they don't make the A side. So
okay. Do you have and then I'm sure you have like a beginners league that's kind of like
it's a different day. Yeah, it's
different
usually on
day
Tuesdays.
and probably nobody from that. It's just kind of like, hey, we'll use these guys to maybe fill in for the next year's D teams.
Sometimes they'll
trying
come
to
up like if they
recruiting.
need people, or if like they see someone that's got some talent or something, you know, they'll bring them up into the intermediate.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Like that Kendrick, remember he traveled well, I don't know if you know Trey,
Texas.
but yeah.
I remember
Yeah, he was
Kendrick.
really good, man, and
That dude was a beast.
He just hasn't had much time to play, and has been.
What, didn't he
hopefully
play like
we'll get him
college
back.
ball? Wasn't he like a lineman or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
He was a big dude.
Yeah, he was fun.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy too.
I played D that year, so I got to play against him.
Yeah.
Which sucked.
So hopefully,
I mean,
he'll
I
be
had
back.
fun. I had fun with my team. I didn't like playing down.
I'm really working on getting my 6'7" neighbor into playing, and he's like, yeah, dude, I love playing really ball. He's like that I play for bachelor parties and stuff like that. That's exactly how I started too. But I'm like, hey man, just come to one of our practices, and he sounds like he's in. He's super tall. He's an athletic guy.
Nice.
I'm excited to see. I'm hoping we get him there because him and Michael, it's gonna be fun on D. If we get out there,
be fun.
So were they when you first came in? And
Wait, hold on.
playing,
So can I just interrupt real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Trey, you're fantasizing about two other men pretty often here, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Continue.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can
Awkward.
I ask my question now?
Yes, you may.
Okay. So when you first came in and you were playing, in just your first league, if it was us in Chicago, and we see somebody who's 6'5", 6'6", like, we're chomping at the bit to get this person to like continue to come back and play. Like, was that? I know it's again. The go tall in Seattle.
So that was
it's not out of the norm, but were they
when
like,
I first started around like I think it was 2011, 2012. Jimmy was still around.
Yep.
So he was big into recruiting people. So he wanted us to play, and he even like said like, you guys just have like some weird, he tried to teach us like the different ways to play and stuff. He'd be like, oh, you guys just do your own Sofa-King way or whatever. So he just let us go run the table or whatever. So it was pretty funny, but yeah, man, he tried to get us to keep playing and stuff like that. He was great.
Got a good question from Brendan in the chat. Nate, thinking of the Chicago Center at Nats, what was something you liked most and least about the center?
Liked most and least. I mean,
What'd you like most? Let's start with that one, obviously.
Those lasers were pretty cool.
Oh God, stop fishing for compliments.
They actually were. I really like those. I wouldn't mind implementing them in Seattle. Really.
I know a guy.
Your reducers are trash.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe work on a guy that does that.
Yeah.
I have been trying to contact someone.
Yeah, I heard
about hooking you up with reducers, and no one ever messages me back.
It's not surprising.
I literally have my original reducer design from the first time I tried.
It's probably a Tom thing, I imagine.
Yeah,
so
yeah, but they would work for yours, and I have them.
Yeah. Anyways, if either that or they need to fix the reducers for nationals, especially. So.
I know a guy.
But I would say just the court's really nice. I liked the cars. I think at the beginning, like the first day, we had those issues, But
yeah, first day was a little rough.
But later on, as it progressed, like playoff time and stuff, there was only like one bad car, maybe on.
They weren't obviously that first day. There was some really bad. I feel like they finally like, oh, this is for real.
Yeah.
Chicago was because they never seen it before.
That first day, I was scared. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
The whole time.
I was scared watching everybody and like seeing the reactions of people coming off the court. I'm like, this is fucking.
I thought this was gonna be better. I was like,
people are never gonna come back here. Like,
what do you think Joe Tiffany meant by that comment on the Facebook page?
Yeah, should we veto this center from never being able to go again?
So where would you rank Chicago Nats versus like all the places you've played?
Chicago's probably right below Seattle for mine right now. I would say I perform the best I have there. I played pretty well.
Is it based on
Fair-
performance or
I
is
like
it
the
based
layout. No, I just like the center. I like the layout. Well, I mean, performance helps obviously.
on?
Like
Yeah, that's true.
Texas, I just can't get those cars down very well. I never played well there. I think at any tournament, the invites, I still like to go. Like I think Kyle asked if I'm going to go to the invite, and I was thinking about it. I wanted to try and go. So
Nice.
I'll be there.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to. We'll see what happens. I gotta.
I like
figure out
those.
some things.
I kind of like those ones where they separate people more too. I'm not
Yeah.
no offense against any of the other players. I just like playing with the higher skilled people.
Yeah.
And
You're spending a lot of money to go practice out there.
exactly.
You know, I get it, and I think a lot of people were butthurt at this Michigan one. They
Mhm.
were on the, you know, and I can understand both sides of it too. You know, there were
It wasn't a lot. It was 5 people.
yeah, but I mean, here's the thing: is they're on the cusp, and I can understand
Still
both sides.
five's a
you
decent
know?
amount out of
You're spending the money
50
to
people.
go out there and do it, and then at the same time, you got legit players that are most likely probably if not better, you're the close. I mean, it's
Yeah.
up to interpretation.
I think the way that they do it, where that first day is like a money tournament, so you get to play with A players. I mean, it's not the whole tournament, but you get like 4 to 6 games with I had 2 A
Yeah,
players.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
Where they did that.
that was dope.
The first
And
little
yeah,
tournament
would I
thing.
like to play with A players the whole time?
Yeah, that's appeasing.
but
It's appeasing the whole
Yeah.
crowd. I like that too. It's a great idea.
Hmm.
I think Snowy might owe me money from like an invite that got like canceled, or maybe it was nationals. Like I paid for it, and like,
Oh,
it got
yeah.
canceled, and then I.
You
He
need me
would-
to run him down? You need me to shake him down?
Nah, it's I to be honest, it's been so long I can't even
It's a
remember.
Texas investment now.
Like it was
Yeah.
like I think I paid for nationals, and then they canceled it, right? And then
Yeah,
and
that
then they
was
had
co-
an
I think it was
invite.
COVID.
They had an invite
Canceled
like the
it, and then it
following
went
year,
towards the invite. I think.
and
Yeah.
then I couldn't go to the invite.
Yeah.
And so I think I just like forfeited however much, like $115 or whatever it was.
$1,700.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
not that much. But anyways, Snowy, if you want to throw your boy, I'll take 50%. That's fine. I mean,
He'll give you
It
some
should
free
be-
drinks at the invite.
yeah. I mean, I should be asking for more because inflation's just out of control. But like, throw me an extra 40%. Love you, buddy. All right,
Mhm.
so I want to kind of get into shift gears a little bit, and just for everybody watching, we're gonna do a couple segments, and then we're gonna do a reaction to our B championship game against Nate. I think it's gonna be really fun. It was I'll set the scene when we get a little bit closer to that, but
Go
Matty
dance
just wa-
first. I'll be right back.
all right.
I'll say
Trace-
Matty just wants to rub his nose in that fact that he lost.
I don't. I think it
does.
was a really good game, and I think it was just. I was just.
I
it
don't
was just
mind.
a
I
really
thought we had a
game.
good battle. I think a little people are still can't deal with it as much.
oh,
Like,
dude,
I asked everyone to come on, and no one else wanted to. So
yeah, trust me. I feel your pain. I feel your pain, Nate. Like it
Yeah.
sucks, especially when it's really close. Like I
Yeah.
said, when we were playing the Slam and Salmon, I think Mike said our point differential for the whole tournament week was 1
hmm
between us was 1.
Yeah. But
Well-
they were great games. Like
And
like
then
you were saying.
I
so.
feel bad too because if my I was just at the point of where I could start playing from my shoulder.
Mhm.
And if you see me practicing now, my shot looks a lot better. My defense looks a lot better. I can get my
Oh,
arm
for
up
sure, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely helped.
And I feel bad. I feel like if my shoulder was like it is now, maybe that 1 point
We'll be
differential
able to
goes our
contribute
way.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was not shooting to the best of my ability.
I thought you played well. I saw some.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
It was definitely better than nationals. Or wait, are we talking about the invite? Or are we talking about nationals?
I'm talking about nationals.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Dan, do you want to do 5 in the key?
5 in the key. So I don't know if you watched. I've got a segment 5 in the key, which is just loosely like a rules based segment where I'll ask you some questions about rules and stuff like that. So kind of going to what I was saying earlier, where at the invite I took the biggest hit I've ever taken playing whirlyball ever. So the ramming rule states it's the offensive player's responsibility to avoid the ram. I'm saying there should be some sort of like, like in football, there's a defenseless receiver penalty. Because the way it happened for me is I was getting a full court pass from behind me. I'm looking behind me to catch the ball, going full speed, and then the defender comes up, and it was a lower person. I've been there. We've all been there. We've all forgot to give someone a heads up when we're going to give them a hit. But I still think there should be some sort of defenseless receiver rule where, it's the offensive player's responsibility, but I'm tracking a ball. I'm not looking what's in front of me. If the person in front of me doesn't give me a warning, I mean, it's essentially a ram. So I was just curious on what your take would be on that.
On the ramming?
Yeah, do you think that would be like a good rule change to add something for an offensive player trying to catch a pass that gets smoked like full speed in front of them?
So that isn't. I thought it was kind of a penalty already. Like if they ran
No.
into you.
Technically, the way the rule is written is it's the offensive player's responsibility to avoid a ram.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, someone that
Stand
knows
down with Jeopardy answer. What is a warning? 500, correct?
Stanley chiming in. I love it.
Because
Stan.
in that situation too, I got hit so hard. I couldn't even catch the ball. It flew out of my scoop. I lost.
That's actually happened to me quite a few times.
I mean,
I think it's
always
happened to
looking
all
for the
of us.
ball.
I
don't know.
take on that one.
I think Dan. I think it's only an issue for you. One, because it just happened, and two,
Well, no,
those,
yeah,
those
obviously,
carts.
yeah.
Can I finish? Can I finish,
No.
please? And those carts are just so dang fast.
Those carts.
Like, if this was in Chicago and that happened, you'd be like, meh.
Mhm.
But those things are going like Mach 5. They're shooting out like a fucking rocket, man. Those things are nutty.
I mean, it's just a suggestion. I mean,
it would be bad to look at, I guess, if it's something that happens a lot.
I mean,
Here's the thing: is in that specific scenario, though, Stan says it right here, and this is my take from the beginning too: is how do you enforce that one? And
Exactly.
like someone's someone's driving backwards to try and catch a ball. He's not looking backwards. The guy behind you is screaming, "Heads up! Heads up! Heads up! Heads up! Heads up! Heads up! Heads up!"
Like,
Well,
I mean,
this will
and you keep
happen.
going, because you want to
Yeah.
catch the ball. It's gonna fucking happen.
Well,
but at least you got the heads up.
correct me if I'm wrong, but with a ram, isn't it supposed to be in excess of half speed or something like
and
that?
it's mainly going against somebody that is basically
Stationary.
Stationary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying there is no penalty for that. I mean,
Yes,
because that's where I almost flew out of my cart. If the steering column didn't hit me square
I mean,
in the pelvis,
you're driving down the
Matty
court.
Icing that thing.
You're driving down the court backwards. All right.
Actually, I think
I was
that
going
happened-
forwards. I was driving forwards.
I think
And
that
you
happened in
rammed
one of our
somebody going
games,
backwards?
actually, and Bill got
No,
me pretty good.
I was going forwards, looking behind me for the.
Yeah, trying to get the pass, and then someone
I was
tagged you.
going full speed, and then I got hit full speed in front of me.
They'll-
I mean, he's stopping his ground.
Like you
Those
said,
carts
that's
are
just
going fast.
I
an
mean, they have-
experience
they
that
have
you're
a
not
right.
calling it out.
They have a right to that space,
Yeah.
right? I think it's more like common courtesy.
I'm
right?
just saying in the
Calling it
NFL
out.
that would be a
Well, the
penalty
NFL is the
for-
no
I
fun.
don't know. They
league.
both
This
have a
is
right to it too.
whirlyball.
I mean, if both those guys are running around and looking at the ball,
my butt hurt that I got blown up. Yes.
Yeah.
Would I have liked
By a
to
D
point?
player or something.
Would I have liked? Yeah. Oh yeah. It was one of our D players, and I'm not mad at him. Like I said, I've been there. I've hit someone without yelling. Head
Hey,
it had to have
Yeah.
been Justin, right?
I will say this: maybe the person who was passing the ball should have either A, got it to you quicker, or not thrown the ball. Because if you
Yeah,
got
I
a
got-
guy that's about to tee you up, I mean, that's like it's on the quarterback, right? Like, don't throw me
True.
into the safety that's coming full speed at me.
Triple coverage. Just
Okay. All right.
connect
So I
forward.
think we've discussed this one enough. I'm a crybaby apparently, and I just
Nah,
need to
not
man up.
crybaby,
I just
just-
need to man up.
All right, he's
That
crying.
rule
Now he's crying.
sucks. Anything else on the rules you got, Dan?
Yeah. So this one's gonna be a little bit of a.
Controversy.
I believe we've discussed this prior on the Facebook page, and I feel like the comment section got pretty heated. So, Trey actually was at Nats that you called this penalty. And
Yeah.
then-
Actually, one of the first games too. I was reffing one of the D teams. Maybe it was in
So
the tournament. I don't know. It could have been in the tournament.
you score a layup, ball lands in your cart, you grab the ball, you set it on the ground with your hand to the opponent nearest to you.
Yeah.
Is that a delay of game? Is that a handball? what is that? Because technically, the rules state the only
Just put in
time.
the scoop.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I don't think the rules say you have to
Handball.
put
It's a
it-
handball. It's a handball. In
You're supposed
my
to place it in
opinion,
your scoop and put it on the
it's-
ground.
yeah,
It,
I called it
just says
handball.
it just says the only time you may grab the ball. I don't think the rules say. Give me one second. I can pull it up. Real
Maybe
quick.
somewhere in the rules does it say
It's so you don't
ball
put your
must
hand.
be- the
It's so you
ball
don't
must be
reach
in
your
your
hand
scoop
down on
in
the
any
corner in
Because-
between cars, or
I've seen it both. I get it. It's a safety thing. You don't want someone
Yeah.
putting their hand. But I've seen it both ways. I've seen someone where someone just because like the rule states you gotta get the ball down as as quickly as, or I don't remember what it actually states, but you're supposed to get it down as quick as possible. So for me,
This guy calls me in practice every single time I put it on the wrong side of the cart. Every time.
he should.
Yeah.
You gotta get used to it.
Every time.
And if Matty's in that key for 5.1 seconds, his ass is called. No, if his ass is in the key for 5 seconds, 4.99 seconds, key.
He's bought and paid for whenever he's reffing. He's always against me. I do take it as a personal attack, by the way. I come
Well,
off the
maybe you
court,
shouldn't be in the key, Matty.
you call me for something, and then I go back to the video, and I'm literally, I got the stopwatch out, and it's like, all right, like, is it really realistic to call this? Like, is anybody else on the planet gonna be, because I want to get better, and I have like the mental clock in my head, right? But I'm like, dude, I gotta know if this is 5.01 seconds, and like, without fail, more often than not, it is, or it's like sometimes it's a little under. It's like 4.9. And it's like,
that
man,
might
this
be-
guy's like, as soon as like that
Matty
ball
Ice
turns
is in
over,
the key.
he's in the key. What?
Oh yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Key.
No, I have a great key clock. But what it is sometimes
Don't toot your horn too much there, innovator.
sometimes at practice, if I'm not aware of you being in the key prior to like the possession change, I'm like,
He
how long is it-
automatically assumes it's a second.
Yeah.
Like, 4,
Yeah, that's-
3, 2, 1.
If I turn and Matty's in the key, I'm like, oh, he's already been in there 2 seconds. 3, 2, and then I
Yeah,
call,
he automatically goes to the shot clock and just like
Yeah, if
automatically-
it's
oh,
five-
if it
if
gets
it's
if it gets to 25, it's a key violation.
Yeah, he was definitely in the key for 5 seconds. But okay, so getting back to the actual question, how would you call that? If someone puts the ball on the ground with their hand, not in their scoop, would you hit him with a 2-point penalty? I think technically it would be a handball penalty if you're gonna.
Still a 2-point
Probably
penalty.
I probably just done a delay. No.
It's not a delay
Well,
game.
It's not really a delay game unless they put it on the wrong
It's
side.
a handball.
It would be a handball.
In my opinion, it's just a handball.
Yeah, it's a handball.
2-point penalty, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a handball.
And yeah, I guess.
But
I'd
like
go
I
handball.
said,
I don't think
I-
Nate
I-
cares.
I don't think he cares.
You know
either.
what? I think I'm
I
just
don't-
gonna go.
I don't do
handball,
that, so I
guys.
don't.
I don't think I've ever seen Nate in the booth.
I do not call that a handball.
I played.
No.
I went in the booth for 3 or 4 games by myself in Chicago.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I'm impressed.
They
Not
were
even
C
that.
games, so they were easy to
Let's go.
ref.
Oh yeah. So you you weren't calling shit.
No. Actually, I called 2 penalties, and they didn't. One was a delay game, and then
One was a 15-second violation.
slashing or something.
Is it fun? I feel like nobody ever calls that shit.
What, slashing?
No, the 15-second.
It's hard to
I
call
do.
because once you like pass it a couple times, no one really pays attention. But a
Yeah.
lot of times there'll still be.
I do my best to watch the possession clock on like each catch.
That's a. I was just looking at the chat. That's something you should go over next time, Dan. Is capping.
It's not.
Yeah, we can add that to the next one. I agree.
Yeah, in the most updated rules, it's not a penalty.
Yeah, which is dumb. So
I
I
So-
concur.
Did we concur that
George
Nate
says he
thinks
likes
it's
it,
George likes it. Did Nate, you think it's a handball?
Nate doesn't care.
if it's at that point where you're saying it wouldn't be a delay game, then yeah, I guess it would be a handball.
You would call it handball.
I probably would have called a delay game.
I wouldn't call that penalty. At most, I might yell at them like, "Put it in your scoop next time." I'm not
I
gonna.
mean, whatever. I called the penalty early against D guys, which whatever.
But
you know?
so that's one of those things where it's a gray area. Who's ever up in the ref booth, it's at their discretion. If you say it's a penalty and someone argues you, guess what? It was a fucking penalty. Deal with it.
Yeah, I see
That is
B
another
people do that.
problem.
And B players and stuff do that. They put it on the wrong side, like Matty there. So
Yeah.
like, it happens quite a bit.
But here's
I'm a
another
s-
problem with it.
Well, it's
Dan,
like in
and Nate,
practice,
and
dude.
Matt,
Like,
and Matt. Thank you.
He has the
is there an
conch.
echo?
I got him. Hello. Another problem we have with the rules is Chicago looks at it one way, Seattle looks at it a second way, Texas looks at it
Oh,
a
yeah.
third way, Michigan looks at it a fourth way. And so on and so on. It's
So Noah's
Yeah,
brought this up.
It's so on
put
and
in the
so
books.
forth.
that's
N-
right.
Noah's brought this up in previous podcast episodes of theirs, but I mean, everyone's gonna have their own interpretation of it. So the way the NFL and like MLB does it, there's a rule book and then there's a reference book to like reference instances to like how to
How to call it?
interpret how to
Yeah, 'cause
interpret
there's always going to be
how to properly
circumstances where,
interpret the rule.
yeah.
Let's go, National Committee. Get on with this. I don't know why there's not a
Mhm.
4th and 5th and 6th and 7th and
I-
8th
I
edition of
think
this
for-
already.
I think for a bunch of people volunteering their time, they're good. It's just people are going to have differences on how they want them to be interpreted.
Exactly.
I still wish there would be like some sort of a, like, all right, you go out to nationals first day, you have a ref meeting or something like that. Like anybody that's going to be refing
They've been
game.
talking about doing that.
That's
for like
what
the
they
past
should do.
4
Like, hey,
years.
this is
I think
the
we should vote on some
interpretation
rules.
of the rule. Well, that's why you got to have your center rep on your behalf.
So-
Well, I mean,
I was
they
going to
don't always do what the center wants. They just,
Yeah.
so.
Is it a dictatorship or a democracy?
No, I'm just saying, why not just
Controversy.
put that out to
Dictator.
everyone? If it's like a rule that
well,
you just do a
typically
poll on it, or
when we were you're talking about like popular vote versus having reps.
like controversial rules that we go over.
Well,
they could just put out a vote and then.
I mean, I don't mind it either way. I mean, if they did it like putting out a clip as like a reference again to like Dan's point, I think it'd just be easier for like
Noah's
your
point.
center.
I was referencing Noah.
Well, whatever. Like your center rep kind of explaining like the background behind the conversation, like, hey, this is where this came from. This is why we're talking about it. Here's the scenario. So that way, if you have questions, you can kind of have it in real time.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to maybe it being both ways. Like, hey, let's take a popular vote and then let's do.
Well, I'm just saying, like they come up with like a couple of different scenarios and then put a vote out on it or something.
Just do
'Cause
it
some of these rules are like way old, aren't they? Like 20 years old and stuff. Like
I mean the last
NFL's
updated-
always
I don't know.
updating, and
the last updated rules like variant or whatever you want to call it was 2022, I believe.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think like some of the rules are stupid. Like capping.
2020, sorry, 2020.
Capping, I think, is dumb. I think the pressure.
Yeah, I
is-
think putting your
pressure
scoop on
is
top
dumb.
of someone's when they're shooting is just
like it's just
dumb.
I remember I had a conversation with Snowy. I think I talked about this in another stream, but like him and I like talking about it like back and forth. Like he was saying stuff and I'm like, dude, you're making up a rule for short people. Like
Yeah,
like that's why you made up the rule so that people
exactly.
can touch like your wrist to your elbow or something like that, and then the pressure thing kind of comes in. It's like it's so hard to call. Just don't allow anybody to do that. Like just because Nate's taller than me, and I'm out of position, like that shouldn't be something that I could use against you to alter the shot. And it's such a difficult
seen-
thing for a ref to call. Like I don't know.
I've seen
I just
short
don't like
guys
it.
play defense just as well against me as tall guys. It's just you just got to be aggressive and know what you're doing. And
Maddie, it
Good
sounds like you
position.
gotta get better at shooting through scoops.
I'm-
the gym,
I mean,
bro.
I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about doing that to Nate. Like
Oh,
again, like
trust me,
especially-
Dan, I'm good at it. I usually have at least 2 on my scoop when I.
Well, you shouldn't be. You're tall, man. Like I feel like if you actually had like a high shot, like a high shot, like if you fully extended.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
something you've been working on at all?
No, I've tried a little bit before, and I just
Don't got the feel
'cause
for it.
I don't know if you see how I shoot. I hold my scoop weird.
Oh,
like,
you just
compared
like
to
have
most
you have
people.
it like very like.
Yeah,
just
but I put
tilted
like
straight
my
back.
finger up.
Really?
I like
Really?
Yeah.
Like a Ryan Kelly? Oh, I've been telling Ryan Kelly
Whoa.
this to not do this all
uh,
day
Well,
long,
that,
but
that
it's literally
explains why you can't hit anything outside of 2 welds and
you
in.
better not
Yeah.
watch me play then.
2 welds and up.
Yeah,
takes-
so I've
takes
been
all the
trying to get
dexterity.
out of that because I can get a higher reach obviously if I hold it down at the bottom instead of because all you like use it to like support kind of. I have big hands too, so like I can hold the bottom of the scoop and still reach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what they say about guys with big hands, right?
Gloves.
Big gloves.
Yeah.
Seattle trees grow tall. All right, Dan, are we good with rules?
Yeah. I mean,
Thank God.
yeah, we're good.
All right, Trey.
Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna do a little different Trey's takes here.
Trey's tops.
Yeah, that's
All right, what
I
are we doing
I
here?
was
What are we
going at. I
doing?
said we were gonna do a Trey's takes. I was waiting for my soundbite, but Dan sucks. So
I didn't know I was supposed to make a Trey's take soundbite.
okay, well, here we go. All
I guess
right, we got
don't.
Trey's
That's
takes,
that's
but
the only one we don't have.
Trey's takes. There, you happy now?
No.
Okay.
anyways,
It's
this
I don't
year
care.
it's gonna be Trey's tops. All right, and this one is gonna make it a little controversial. It's gonna ruffle some feathers.
Controversy.
Pretty much just within Chicago and Seattle right now, because it's Chicago and Seattle players talking about us. What I want you to do, Nate, I'm going to give you a team. We're all going to go over this, by the way,
Okay.
and we're going to give examples of why we chose, our answers. But I'm going to go through every center, and I want you to give me the best offensive player, best defensive player, and your rival from that center. Okay.
And is this for any division or my division?
This is any division. You're the best offensive player. I don't mean just scoring. I mean like complete offensive package, passing, catching, shooting, movement, everything, leadership. And the same goes for defense, all around just the best player.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to start with one center. I'm going to go through it all. I'm going to ask you, Nate, and then I'm going to go through me, Dan, and Matt, and then we'll go over.
We got a visitor.
I do.
Another viewer.
Jealous.
Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, Nate, I'm going to start with an easy one.
Okay.
St. Louis. Best offensive player.
I would go with Mr. Dalton.
Yep. Okay. All right. Best defensive player.
Mr. Dalton.
Okay. All right. All right. And what about your rivalry?
I guess Dalton, huh?
All right.
I haven't played against him,
Good
but
talk.
he seems like it would be a fun rivalry.
My answers: offense, I'm going to go with Dalton. Defense, I'm going to go with Dalton. And rivalry, I'm going to go with Dalton. Dan, what do you got?
I got a hot take here for offense. I'm going with Gary, dude. Especially at the invite, dude. Gary was burning so many teams with layups. It was ridiculous.
Nice.
He could not be stopped.
All right. Defense
Dalton,
and your rival.
Gary.
Okay.
I just don't like the way he looks.
Matt.
I mean, can I go back to like any player from?
Yes. St. Louis.
Okay.
Whatever.
I mean, do you guys remember? I think it was
I do.
Becky.
Yes.
I do remember Becky.
Yes. Savannah?
I gotta pick
yeah,
Dalton. I gotta pick
All
Dalton.
right. Best offense is Dalton. What's your best defense?
Yeah,
Three.
let's go Dalton.
Okay. And your rival.
Rival. I mean, I would say Becky. I would only because
Becky. Yeah, she was
dude,
loud and
she
boisterous.
was
Yeah.
super fiery. Like
Yeah.
that
was in
wanted
Atlanta.
it, man.
I'll say she was just out of Atlanta, right?
She wanted it bad. Like, Dalton's just kind of like out there, like driving around, like having a good time. He's always smiling. He's always got to scoop up. The guy's ready. He's ready for offense. He wants the
That's
ball.
right.
And Becky was just like, she was a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can't imagine D players playing against her.
Yeah. It's fun.
I
All
forgot
right,
about
so-
them, really.
We went through St. Louis. Do we want to touch on your thoughts, Nate, or is it pretty much self-explanatory?
Self-explanatory.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dalton, you he's got all the skill there in offense. He's got the skill there in defense, and he's,
Dude, don't
everyone's
slouch on
rivalry. We
don't
love
slouch on Gary, dude. He will burn you with the layups.
I haven't played with Gary either, so I haven't seen him too
He's
much.
gonna
I haven't
burn you
played
with
with Gary.
layups.
I think Gary
So,
kind of plays.
I do
like
get burned on
the-
layups a lot.
Like lying in the weeds. Like he just kind of drives out to the corner, or somebody forgets about him, and then somebody's car
comes
breaks
in
But
down.
the important thing is the dude
He
gets
gets a
open.
layup.
The dude gets
Hey.
open and he puts the ball in
Hey,
the
as
hole
long as he's making
with
it,
a
right?
layup. Something
Yeah.
I can't do. I like.
Too
say, a
well
lot
to
of
know.
people
I'd be
miss.
bricking the shots.
A lot of people miss those layups. I don't know how, but
That's right. All right,
Well, I
moving
mean,
on. Moving
not-
on to the next center.
Not
Moving on to the next
everybody's a
center.
hill giant.
That's right.
I mean, they're still
Miami.
easy. Even
Miami. Nate. Yes. Yes.
You know, I didn't play with most of those guys. I've only played with Frank and Eddie.
Well, I guess it's easy for you then. Best offensive player.
I would do Frank out of those two.
Defense.
Probably Frank.
And your
I
rival.
mean, he was the one I won against most of the time.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it would be rival would be Frank. We had some
Yeah.
good battles in Cleveland. Wasn't that when you played with him, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. I've never played against him or with him.
Well, you have in Chicago when he came out.
Well, yeah, I mean Chicago. So
Not on.
I've never played with
I
any
didn't
other
team.
guys. So Frank is my offense, defense, and rival. Love the guy. He's a great guy. I miss
Yeah, he's
him.
fun to go
I wish he
against.
was at this Nationals, especially because it was in Chicago. I
Love
just
you,
I
Frank.
just miss
Yeah.
my butt.
What a
So,
jerk.
Great guy. Great guy.
Shut up, Dan. I'm imagining Dan. What's your three?
I'll go Frank defense, Eddie offense, and I'll go Frank for rival.
There you go. There you go. And Matt.
Only because I've seen this guy play a little bit, I'm gonna have to go Nan, and a lot of the stories that I've heard.
Is it Nan or Nan?
Nan Garcia.
Yeah, I
think
didn't
so.
I didn't get to see him much.
I saw him for a day in like Texas, and I think he left. And then they flew Joe Tiffany in to play for the Outlaws.
Gotcha.
And they gave some people some trouble. Defense, definitely gonna take Frank. I love Eddie. Eddie is a ball of life, but he does not know how to play defense.
No, he did not play defense at all.
No, like he'll block people. Like he's got a super quick.
Yeah,
speed,
yeah.
super quick. But
He
like
just
as
was
far
never
as,
back
like,
there.
collective team defense, nah.
Yeah.
No. Eddie, I love you, buddy. It's nothing personal. Rivalry, definitely Frank. Frank's my boy.
There you go.
He's basically like an uncle to me in the sport. I think when
Uncle Dunkle.
when we first started in Texas in 2016, right, Sean? 2016.
Yeah. There was two guys that kind of stuck out to us.
Yeah, Frank kind of was really interested, probably obviously because he has Chicago ties, but just super awesome.
That was
Love
also
to play
the
against him.
Jimmy year, I believe. Correct?
The year he died.
No, that was the year they all did the T-shirt. And
Yes, and I remember thinking, I'm like, I don't have this shirt. I don't know who
yeah,
this guy is.
I don't know what. It was our
wish-
first year.
I really
I
wish
wish
I
we
would
would've
have bought one. So if anybody has
Yeah, I have
an
one.
if anybody has an extra one that I could buy from you, I would love to have it. I would have really liked to have met Jimmy. I think we would have
me too.
definitely been
Like redo
good
that
buddies.
dry fit or something. That'd be nice.
What was that, Nate?
Yeah, we need a reboot.
Someone, if
Have
someone
Jay
just give us the,
Redo
give
it
us the
in a dry
design.
fit version.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
maybe next Nats,
Yeah.
Nats in Chicago.
Well, it's
Talk
going to be
about
in
that,
Seattle,
maybe.
so
Well, that's right.
Be
Seattle
interesting.
just as well as that. It just happened
Yeah.
after Chicago. Chicago went to Seattle. That's kind of like a perfect scenario, right?
a Jimmy G Memorial second round T-shirt, like that would be sweet.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
have the T-shirt.
Get that going.
Yeah, make
Really
it
Ball
happen.
Nation.
Anybody out in Seattle watching? Let's make that happen, please.
Yes.
Jay's the T-shirt guy, so
Jay, get it
Yeah.
going.
he's the one that does all the Team Seattle shirts. Well, him and Ian.
Awesome. That's a good talk. All right.
That's
Go
a
getting
good
Did you guys have fun? I had a great time. It was real nice.
All right, what's next?
All right. I'm gonna go over this one. It's gonna be a little different now. I'm gonna have you kind of explain your answers as you do it,
Sure.
as will all of us now. We're gonna go straight to Atlanta. Hotlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
All right. And we're gonna go with offense first.
So are we still? Is Kyle still Atlanta?
Yeah.
or
Kyle is
he-
Atlanta. Kyle's
Okay.
Atlanta.
Yeah, we're gonna.
He's still
count it.
Atlanta in our books. Yeah.
So I think he'd probably have to be all three for mine from Atlanta.
You think
I mean,
so?
I've had
What?
who? Oh, I guess. Oh, there's Patenia and who else?
Beckett?
Buckets? Captain
Oh, Beckett.
Buckets?
Well, they always play for
Lord
different teams,
Beckett?
so I forget they're actually Atlanta. You know.
Da-da-da.
Man,
Okay, so
this guy's getting
Beckett
some
for
shade here.
Beckett for offense.
Okay. Okay.
Kyle for defense, and then rivalry probably Kyle, just because I've gone against him the most and had some good battles with him.
It's good. It's good talk.
Beckett, that guy he's improved big time. It seems like over the years since I've watched him,
For sure.
and I just like how he shoots, how he plays. He seemed really energetic. He'll like talk to you and get you into the game, and
It's funny because I was just gonna say I've played with him and I was like, he gives me your vibes, kind of just like very
Does he?
chill and
chill, yeah.
chill it like he
Well, I
talks.
mean,
but
like
He's
very
way
not
more
like-
amped up, dude.
Yeah,
Way more
like
amped up.
he kind of gets into it
Compared
a
to
little bit
Nate,
more.
yeah.
That's pretty much everyone. So
He would
but yeah.
definitely be my rival because he, hit me in the back in Michigan.
Nice.
oh, did he?
Yeah,
That happens.
Oh no.
yeah.
Wah.
The
yeah.
Atlanta guys give him a harder time than I do about it.
Sorry, yeah, I was trying to think of what guys because they play on different teams all the time. So
Yeah. Well, they don't have a center this year, so it's kind of hard to.
yeah, because there's
There's Mears.
too.
There's a lot of great. Honestly, Atlanta had a lot of great players out this year. It was fun to watch it, and they didn't have a center. They had one team base from their center completely, and then the rest of their aces kind of mix it up.
I wish they'd just make an A team. I mean, but probably doesn't work out, I guess.
Yeah, it's difficult because they can't practice together. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
who's
but I
next?
mean, did they really practice with the other teams much? I don't think.
I don't know. Yeah. Going at it. Rivalry. You said rivalry was who? Nate.
Kyle.
Me?
Kyle.
Me was Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gave a good reason why. I can't remember.
Just I've had some good battles with him over the years. I mean, he's only the one
Good.
I've really played against.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. My offense is Beckett for obvious reasons. I mean, I just feel like he's the outstanding guy on that Atlanta center. Just solid all around. Defense is definitely Kyle. And my rivalry is Kyle because I don't know, he's my coach. At one point we played against him in
Atlanta.
at Atlanta.
Yeah.
Tree on his team.
That was when I played.
And
Brian's.
it's fun. I love the guy. The guy is a lot of fun to mess around with, and I go extra when I'm, going against him or on either side of the ball with him. That's the guy that I'm like, all right, I gotta try a little harder or work a little harder or maybe I don't, but I want to because I want to mess him up, Yeah. Dan, offense.
Offense, I'm gonna go Brad.
Okay.
Brad's got a stupid good shot. I mean, so does
He
Beckett.
does.
Dude. Beckett's got that nice high shot, like 4.5 welds out, makes it look easy. Captain Buckets, as I call him. But I mean, Brad's a hell of a player. I love watching him play. Chicago guy through and through
Mm-hmm.
that lives in Atlanta. Got,
That's true.
definitely Kyle for defense.
Yep.
I mean, he's a good goalie and he can shoot. And then I'm gonna take Captain Buckets for my rival because I like my rivals being people I like, and I love Captain Buckets, dude.
Okay.
There you
Captain
go.
Buckets.
Matty
So
Ice?
if you would have asked me this question a couple of years ago, I probably would have said Brad, but I think Beckett has passed him just because he's been able to extend his range.
Yeah.
He's just gotten really, really good. Really good
Yeah,
driver.
but Brad's got a lot of finesse with his shot.
He
dude.
does.
He does, but I you know what? Brad Batania in Atlanta, right? Like that year.
The beam.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, the year with the beam, correct. If you go back and you watch the championship against Bolte and that Texas team, him and those two were literally trading shots for like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 possessions in a row. And Brad was hitting shots from like all over the place. It was sick. I feel like him not being able to play, and practice as much has kind of hurt his game a little bit. But I feel like Beckett is, maybe it's the play style, maybe it's his height. I don't know. I feel like he's taken a little bit of a step above. So long-winded answer. Apologies. You guys know I do that. And then for defense, Kyle for sure. Rivalry. Part of me wants to say Kyle, but I feel like I haven't really played against him in a while. I've played more against some of the other guys, and I would say Callum. Love playing against Callum. And he always seems to bring his A game when he plays against us. Honestly, like if they didn't have Callum in that tournament this year, like he literally kept them in games. And like that was in seeding, that was the only game that we didn't win. It was a tie against that team. It was a really awful game, but like he's kind of the dude who makes the shots on the team. So I've played against him more recently. So I'm gonna pick him because he's a chill dude, but for some reason when he plays us, he gets fired up.
There you go.
And I love that. So he's just elevating his competition.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go with Callum.
Awesome. All right, Nate. We're gonna go to the next one, and it's Cleveland. Offense from Cleveland.
Cleveland offense. Oh man. Have to be Anthony.
Okay.
He tore me up in Cleveland. That whole tournament, pretty much our team. I'd say he basically won it for them in the championship. Just he was making everything. We had him out like 3-4 welds. He's still just making them, no problem.
Nice.
Defense.
Yep.
I would say Brad Dobies. I went against him a lot. I like playing against him. He's a really nice guy. He's cool. Jarrett is a great defensive player, but I don't know, for some reason he wasn't really ever back there. I think they wanted him on offense more. He was causing more problems. So it was more Brad and his dad back on me, just like both of them together.
So you're going off of kind of what you remember.
Yeah. Obviously, I think Jarrett's a great defensive player.
Yeah.
I just haven't gone against him, and I think he's a lot more utilized in A just because they need the length more, you know.
So you're saying that the TikTok videos have not had any influence on you?
No, like I said, I think he's a great player.
But is he the best defender in Cleveland, regardless of who you play?
He said Brad Dobies. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, in my opinion,
trying to sway him.
In my opinion, it was Brad, just because he was the one playing defense against me.
Hey,
he held me in check pretty well. So
Yeah,
worst case scenario,
it'll be your turn in a little bit.
He's a great driver. He's a great driver. He'd never let me really get around him, and then he always helped out his dad when he needed it. So
I want to challenge the man and see if he's convicted, and he is.
And
rival.
A couple times when I played against Jared, I shot over him. I didn't have any problem. So
yeah. You're the next on the highlight reel, apparently. He's gonna find one from.
I know. Jared.
It's gonna go up right now.
He's got his Rydell helmet on right now. He's ready to battle.
So that's why I said it. Just give him some crap. So, rivalry.
Cheryl.
Probably Anthony.
Cheryl Mooney.
Anthony was so good against us, and he's just a great player. He just tore us up. Like he would always get open. We'd have two people on him. He'd still get the screen, get around it, get a good shot, be back on defense helping if he needed to. So
nice.
Good player.
Very good. All right, I'm going to go quick through mine. Offense, Anthony. Dude's lights out, just like every other offensive guy we talked about. Can shoot from anywhere. Good awareness. Captain on the court on the offensive side. Defense, I'm going with Jarrett. You know what? I'm a guy of advertisements, and I've seen a lot of his advertisements, and they look great. So I'm going to have to go with Jarrett on the defensive side. He's got a lot of blocks. You know, he put some A-level players in their position. And rival's going to be a little different for me. Man, back in the day in Cleveland, I believe, was our first time playing in C. And this guy really stood out for me. Actually, everybody in the Whirlyball Nation knows him because he's part of the other Whirly podcast, not the OGs, but the East West. I don't know what edition they are.
It's
East Coast.
The East.
Yeah, East Coast.
Cleveland, Ohio, the East Coast.
That makes sense. Well, this guy would talk crap no matter what, and it just always irked me like the wrong way. I love you. This guy, Sully, is the guy. I love him, but man, like he just irked me the wrong way, and I'm not going to play with him for a while, you know. But
ouch.
Burn.
I said I'm sorry.
No fucks given there.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But I mean, the guy always just irked me in the wrong way. And we had a little event at this Nationals. He doesn't even know about this event. where he was late to show up for a game because the games got upped, earlier,
Mhm.
and his whole team was on the court, and the whole other team's on the court. We've been waiting for like 10 minutes already. He shows up at the center, and I'm like, "Hey man, your team's on the court," and he's like, "What?" Like.
That was good.
And then I'm like, "Hey, dude, get on the court." And he just gave me a little attitude. Like, I'm I'm not the guy doing it. Just you're pissing everybody else off. Everybody else, whatever. I love you, Sully, though. He's got a nice voice.
He
He's
does.
got a nice voice.
It's silky. It's silky smooth.
So fun.
Announcer voice.
Wait, here, hold on.
He does have an announcer
Bells
voice.
and up.
There we go.
There it is.
2 L's and up. Can't wait to hear the comeback from Sully from this one. All right, let's go on to Dan.
All right, offense. And Anthony's lights out, dude. That guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Cool as a cucumber. Fantastic shot. Defense. I'm gonna go with the man in the levitating butt that floats 3 feet off the seat of the whirly bug. Chili.
Okay.
Chili
What?
gets that. Chili
As
gets
the-
that ass.
Y'all are you're doing Jared Doby's really
As
dirty
the
right now,
Michigan
Dan.
people, yeah, you are, dude.
You are
As the
doing him
Michigan people
dirty.
would say it, if you can't beat them, cheat them. That's where
Hey,
Chili really
Hey.
took onto that one.
no, Jared is phenomenal defender, but Jared's so tall he doesn't need to get that ass up. Chili, he needs to work to get that fucking block.
Whirly ball
wor-
Leviosa.
Yeah, Whirlyball. He's working a lot harder than Jared is, so that's why he's my pick. And then
Yep.
for my rival, he's been called a top 10 top 10 defender in all of Whirlyball. It's gonna be Sully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only one I play against in C.
He's a big trash talker.
He
And
is,
you know what?
he is.
And as Sean put it, you're probably going to play against him for a little bit longer.
I plan on moving up. Come on.
I mean, he does too, but I mean, it hasn't happened yet.
There's the wants, and then there's the reality.
Oh,
But yeah, I enjoy
Some
playing against
massive
Sully
shade
on the
here.
court.
whirly
Uh,
ball.
I'm pretty sure he ate my lunch a couple times at the invite. I'm pretty sure he got a couple blocks on me. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun playing against Sully, and I love doing commentary with him. He is electric on the mic.
He is. He really is.
Yeah, he's got that announcer's voice down. Like he's worked on it. You could tell. For two, like
But what do they say about the people like you and Sully, Dan? Those who can't do it teach. Is that? I think so.
I can't
yeah,
teach worth a
something
shit.
along
So
those lines. Yeah,
Oh man, I'm digging a hole here. I'm digging a hole.
you're building your rivalry.
He's like, I'm getting into A. It's gonna happen. We're doing this.
damn it,
now.
I don't have the Michael Jordan, and I took that personally. Soundbite.
This guy's gonna go
Nice.
Tanya Harding and hire somebody to take your other knee.
All right, Matt. Let's move on to you. Cleveland offensive player.
I mean, gotta go with RoboCop. That's what I call him.
Yeah.
Anthony Olaf for sure. Then
RoboCop.
for defense, Jared Doby's not even
Yep.
close. Not even close. Even with Chili extending, he's still a better defender. And as far as rivalry goes, man, that's a real tough one. I would probably say Chili because of how
Okay.
much he extends. I mean, I haven't played against him a lot, but I'll never forget we were in Cleveland. It was the second year that we had been playing nationals, and he was like trying to give me tips on like how to defend. And he was literally like, the courts were off. He was out there in the cart, and I was in the cart. Just kind of, it wasn't nose to nose. Like he had conveniently turned his cart to the back, so I couldn't see what he was doing. And I was trying to work on my high shot and try to shoot over him, and he just kept stuffing me every time. I'm like, man, this dude's like short as hell. He's like, yeah, this is how you play defense, And I'm like, okay, like had he flipped his cart around, I obviously he couldn't have really done that. But now I know from this past Cleveland Nationals, I've seen the photos. I've seen the still frame.
His ass was a foot off the
Yeah.
off the seat of that car.
2 feet probably. 2 feet. And again, like my high shot at the time wasn't like a real like high shot, like it to where it is now for me. But I just remember I was just like trying to float like little ones over, and he was still spiking them downwards. I'm like, how is this, man? Like this is how I got to be playing defense. How come I can't do that? I'm taller than this guy. So from that aspect, I think I'll pick Chili because I really don't like extension. I know everybody does it, but he is like, it's so flagrant. Like watching,
cheating, you ain't
watching
trying.
it.
Yeah. It is what it is. All right, we're moving on to the next one. That's a good story. I liked it. Real nice. Got it on sale. This might be the same as the first two centers that we came on, unless you really have known these guys. And my answer is going to be a little different. Let's go with Minnesota for Nate.
Minnesota.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, best offensive player from the Jersey Boys is what I'm gonna call
Oh, I don't know who's who. I think is it Luke? I think is
Chef
the
Luke.
is the really good offensive
him. Is he
guy.
a chef?
Is he a chef?
I think he's a chef.
Also, one of my best customers. Luke's probably bought like close to like 20 scoops from me.
What does he go through scoops
20?
a lot?
He when
Or
people
stocking
join
up?
when people join.
Oh, like
leagues,
getting them
he,
from
he
you.
He brokers them through me.
Oh, so you're
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
wholesale distribution right now?
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't give him a
yeah.
discount
You're
or
not giving
nothing.
them that main version, are you? You're just giving them the one-offs, right? Yeah.
You're giving them the
That's good
yellow
enough.
scoops.
That's
Yeah, I would
what
say-
he wants. I offer him all my options, and they want the new scoops, so that's
Wow.
what they get.
Yeah, I'd say Luke from the
Rookies.
second team, even though that other team, started the year before them. And then
Defense?
2 years.
defense.
Yeah, 2 years. You're right.
Oh, they were 2 years,
2 years before.
huh?
Well, no, actually, no. It was 1 year, right? Because their first
Yeah,
year
it was 1
was
year.
in Michigan.
Because then they played D the next year. Yeah.
Well, who was
they-
after Michigan? Did they play in Texas?
I don't think so.
Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota played in Texas.
Okay,
Oh,
so
did
then
they?
it was 2 years.
Seattle was their first year. No,
Seattle.
Michigan.
Yeah.
It wasn't Seattle.
No, I
Michigan.
think it was Michigan.
Let's
was
have a
Michigan.
Minnesota guy chime in. That'd be great.
Anyways,
Oh.
I don't know who's their defensive guy on that team. I know he's a taller guy. Like
I'm not sure who plays defense for them.
I don't know. That guy?
that guy.
The one
Sorry.
that plays-
I don't
I said
know
I'm
them.
sorry.
I don't
What
know them
happens
as
when
well,
we try
but-
to involve all of the
but
world
they are-
one
Yeah.
podcast.
I mean,
They've-
there might be one person on this podcast that can.
I haven't talked to them a
Probably.
ton. I've mostly talked to Brady, and I've talked to Luke a little bit, I think.
So
and
you're saying
then-
Brady's the best defender?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, who's your
Brady-
rival? Who's your
Brady's
rival,
not
then,
a
Nate?
defender.
All of them. No,
Yeah. fuck
Brady.
'em all.
All right.
That's not bad.
I know him the most. I'd want to
Going
go
the
against him.
All right. Understandable.
Understandable.
Mine, I don't know these guys enough. I've literally talked to Brady once on like Gus's, late night Zoom meetings.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I don't know a lot of the guys. I have a story from this year's Nats. I actually I call them the Jersey Boys, because they wore different jerseys every day. For Minnesota, the new team, the second team that came in, not the Brady team, but
The Whirly Sirs.
I was like, hey guys, glad you're here. Good to see you. Hey, excited. I'll be watching you. And it was really awkward after that. Like, it was like a cool. I'm like, all right.
And then he didn't watch them.
And then I didn't watch them.
That's why they
Well,
named him.
unless
scumbag.
they were playing my team, which, the best third place team in all of Whirlyball C, the Castaways. So that's my answer. I have no offense, no defense, and no rivalry.
All right.
Because,
So we're
Not there
moving
yet.
on to Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
All right, yeah. Best offensive player is Luke. Luke is a beast.
Luka
Uh,
Doncic.
Yeah, just Luke's an overall beast.
George says Brady.
He's such a liar. He says Luke. What? Oh no.
Uh,
He says Brady. You're right.
Defense.
Defense. I don't know if he played a lot of defense this year, but I remember in the past he's gotten some blocks on me. Sydney. Sydney's he's gotten some blocks on me. I remember. I think it was Cleveland. He like tipped one of mine in too, which was nice. And then rival will be Brady. When Brady's going for a layup, I'll be like, "Don't miss." I kind of talk some smack to Brady on the court. But I love all those guys. I was real bummed that CeeLo couldn't make it. I guess he was getting married this year. What a jerk.
What
Yeah.
a jerk.
My goodness.
Real quick on mine, I'm gonna say Chef Luke.
Okay.
Best offensive player, and then I'm gonna say Sydney as well. I had the opportunity to coach those guys twice. I'll tell you what, if that kid continues to play and actually takes it serious with his size, he's extremely quick and athletic.
I feel like he's got long arms too. I feel like he gets to
really
scoop up.
does. If he learns how to actually like position himself and play defense, like he could be a really, really good defender. And actually, he could be a good offensive player too. I think if he plays a lot of volleyball. And apparently doesn't really take whirlyball too seriously. Like
Yeah, I
during
was
the
gonna say
year.
Brady. I thought.
Well,
To
said
be
they don't
fair,
really-
it is a sport on bumper cars.
I'm pretty
Um,
sure the Olas play volleyball and they take whirlyball just as seriously.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he can't
Seriously?
do both. I'm just saying that he doesn't.
Yeah, he's not into it.
But I do
Mhm.
think, like upside wise for offense, and this is again kind of getting a little bit off topic. If Brady should be the best offensive player, but as of right now, I'm going to give it to Luke.
Defense.
Sydney, and then
Okay.
rival. Got to say Brady. He's kind of like the face of Minnesota. I go back to like when they came out to Chicago. I was either Chicago. No, they came out to practice in Chicago. Sean, I don't think you were there for that.
No.
And like I literally just like he was playing defense on me at Cherry, and I think I just like pinned him in the corner. Like he went out to get a ball, and he kept doing it, and I just kept pinning him in the corner, and then they'd throw the
Yeah.
ball down, and I just walk in for a layup. So it's like, hey, this is what happens. This is how you actually play the game, not this
Yeah.
run and gun shit that we used to do back in
Yeah.
2016.
Party ball.
That's right. All right. Cool. All right, moving on to the next center. Nate, are you ready? We're gonna go with Michigan.
All right, getting into the
Michigan.
nitty-gritty.
Offensive player in Michigan.
I want to hear
Best
some. I wanna hear
offensive
some
player.
controversial shit here.
Ooh, baby, we are going into it.
I mean,
Controversy.
it's hard for me to say because I haven't really played against any of the A guys. I've just watched them. Obviously, I think Timmy's up and coming. Probably in a few, few years, he'll probably be
You
one
got
of
me.
the best, if not.
Who is that?
Doug is a great player. I like
Uh,
playing with him too. I
Alright,
played
you-
with him at the.
You can't list the
Invite.
whole Michigan roster. okay?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you know what? There's a guy over there. He's really good. I love playing with him.
Okay,
you know.
I'll go Jeremy offense.
All right.
Oh.
Oh God. I guess Heisel defense.
Heisel. Okay. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all.
And then
Rival.
Rival's got to be Timmy, just because I've played him the most. I've had some
Yeah.
good games against him before he went up to A this last year. I've always shut him down pretty well.
The only time it matters, he misses it. Jesus.
Exactly.
I know. No, he was good on the first two.
He was good on the first two, but that one was
He
like
got-
a
He got
You
too
can-
he
you
got
can
too scared in
never-
B because he was the main
I
guy,
don't, I
and we
don't,
just
I don't want to spam it, okay?
You can never overplay that soundbite.
Yeah.
Period.
All right, 10-4.
Okay, that is a rule on the podcast. Anytime
Understood.
you fire that thing off, man. Fire it off.
yeah. So whenever we played him, we just locked him down, and he really didn't do anything against us. So
Okay.
Oh, good.
Rival? Is that your rival?
That
Yeah,
was
that
his
was my
rival.
rival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
We're
Sean?
gonna go after me here. Offensive player from Michigan. Honestly, this has changed from year to year for me, and
He's going John. I know it.
I am going John.
I
I'm
know it.
100%. I'm 100% going
yeah,
John.
If you could
That-
see, if his
He
camera was
has-
tilted down, you'd be seeing.
Yeah.
some-
You want me
He
to
has
show
a
you? I can
man
pitch a
crush
tent
on
right
now.
Johnner.
I like Johnner too. He's a
He
great.
John
plays
is
disc
great.
golf. I'm picking Johnner.
Is John? Honestly, the guy is just ridiculous, man. Like, honestly, like I could choose Bennett, Jeremy. I could choose Sam. I'm not going to choose Timmy. I'll be honest.
You can
know.
choose
Timmy's
Kim,
a great shooter,
Sam, Bennett,
but I feel
Jeremy,
like
John, or
it's a
Zach.
one-dimensional thing. You could shut that down. Whereas a lot of those
Yeah.
guys, but Johnner, like he is. I mean, if you look at the unlimited games, he was the cherry, and he was the guy setting up pretty much everything and working his ass off, and just always in the right spot. And honestly, hit these ridiculous shots. The guy can do everything. He's my all-around offensive guy. Defense. I was thinking about Heisel, but I eventually went with Clint.
Fair choice.
I feel like he's more of a coach he's more of a coach and a leader on the court than Heisel is. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a wrong or bad thing or a good thing on either side, but I feel like that's kind of what made me lean towards Clint on this one. He's obviously an all-around awesome defender. Both of them are great defenders. But then my rival, and this one is a little different. It's nobody that I really have ever played with, or against, because they've always been kind of a level ahead of me. But when I look at rivals, I kind of look at them differently. I don't. If nice guys, they're not a rival to me. They're just out there, My rival from Michigan would have to be Doug Troyer.
Ooh.
Dougie Fresh. And you know why? It's just I'm usually a pretty nice guy, and I feel like Doug has always just made it a point just to have this one thing to say about our center or something about what's on the court that would just piss somebody off, and never really been fuck Chicago, that's the kind of guy he is. So I can't wait to battle against that guy in the years coming. I love all these guys, and I've got no hate for anybody, but there's going to be a lot of this tonight. All right, moving on to Dan.
Man, it's a toss up between John or Jeremy for me. I mean,
50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
Okay.
Either day of the week, I'll play with either one of those guys. Johnner works the cart like no one ever. My favorite thing to do is when before the match starts or the game starts and the court's not even on, watching Johnner work the cart. He gets that thing going 2 miles per hour with the court's not on.
Dan, you make it sound like it's so fast. I love it.
but
anybody who's listening who's never played whirlyball before and you hear 2 miles an hour, they're probably just like, what is this guy talking? He gets it going 2 miles an hour. That's awesome. Guy's sick.
If there's someone that's been watching for almost 2 hours now that hasn't played whirlyball, there's something wrong with you.
Hey, we just got a good idea from Ryan in the chat. He said, "Where's the Teach Me How to Dougie soundboard?"
Yeah,
I'll get on.
It says soundboard's getting ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'll
add
I love
it to
it.
the list.
I'm here for it.
But
where are we at? Defense or rivalry?
so we'll call Jeremy offense. Defense. Go Clint, I guess.
I guess.
There's so many to pick from. Jeremy plays great defense. You got Ben, who's freaking tall and lengthy. And then rival, I'm gonna go with Gus. I love Gus off the court, but Gus pisses me off on the court more than no other.
Yeah,
and
I love
Gus
Gus.
can get pretty mad.
Gus is fun to play.
Yeah, I love.
He's fun to play.
He gets a little dirty on the court, which all the Michigan players do. It was between him and Clint.
I feel like
Clint
a lot
gets
of
pretty
his.
dirty.
I feel like a lot of his angst comes from his team though.
Yeah.
I've played against Gus a lot, and we've beaten his teams a lot. And I think,
a lot.
I think there was one game that we played against him this year where I had went up for a shot, and Roy came behind me and basically just put his scoop down and push, and I still pushed through and I made the shot. And I was like, oh, that's totally a slash, and I looked up at the ref booth and Gus was coming over to help as I was making the shot, and he just looked at me and he goes, "Shut the fuck up." And keep in mind we were up by 12 at that point, so it really didn't matter, and it was the first half. I thought when the first half was over that the game was over, and then I realized we had another half to play.
Yeah. Love Gus to death, but I'm picking him for rival on the court.
Matty Ice.
Yeah, offense. I'm going Sammy
Kim.
I'm going with the elder statesman. When I look at offense and I see how much attention that guy gets on every single play, and he still finds a way to make shots, the dude is just unreal. I feel like he had a bad tournament in Seattle, and then ever since then, I don't know if that was the retire year, he's done, he's not playing anymore. He's come back, and I feel like he's gotten better.
Reinvented?
Yeah, almost reinvented. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. So definitely going with Sam. Johnner and Jeremy very close. I had a thought about Timmy as well, just because he's some of the things that he's done over the past, like just what he did in A this year. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna be that dude in a couple of years.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Defense. Dan brought up a good point about Jeremy. It almost makes me want to change it, but I can't consider Jeremy Michigan anymore. I just can't.
He's Chicago guy now.
I consider him Chicago. So I for that reason I can't say yes to that.
True.
I mean, to be fair though, if we consider Kyle,
what?
I said if we consider Kyle Atlanta, then I feel like we gotta consider Jeremy Michigan.
No.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe.
Does Kyle live in Michigan?
No, he lives in Texas.
He lives in Texas.
So technically, it could be Texas. I'm saying
That's
we are
what
the
I
closest
said.
center to
Yeah, that's what-
Jeremy now, so that's kind of why we.
Well, he was saying
but
he
I'm
shouldn't be Atlanta, which I was kind of thinking too.
Yeah. Kyle should be Texas.
Defender, I'm going to go with Clint for a lot of the same reasons that Sean said. His just understanding of how to play the game, and he closes distance so well, and he's almost sneaky with it. Like Ben's tall, and Clint is tall as well, but Clint is really sneaky and savvy with the way that he defends people, and he's such a good driver. So I have a lot of respect for Clint's game on defense, and he's definitely a capable offensive player too, but he takes the cake for me from there.
Nice.
As far as rivalry goes, oh man, this one's tough. I honestly don't know. I don't. That's not helping.
Hey, Junior.
This is like the only one
Timmy.
that I didn't actually write down because I didn't know we were going to be doing rivalry. But I'm going to say David Bernard.
Okay, that's a good one. I honestly thought about that one too, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll say David.
He's
Yeah,
so
let's be
loud and like annoying on the court with how much he talks.
We just had a lot of battles with the guy, you know.
I know.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
he's just
well,
good.
yeah,
He's another quiet one.
he is. Yeah,
He
he's
is.
very like
Very quiet.
assassin, and you can't really get him out of his game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with David.
Awesome. All right, moving on straight ahead. Nate, Texas.
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 Offense, Bolte. I guess defense, Austin. You know, I think Ross is better. He just doesn't play back as much. So I'll pick Austin.
Okay.
Rivalry. Not any of those guys because I haven't played them. Well, I guess I played, Bolte the time in Texas when they had that Power B team.
Mhm.
How about Josh
Montgomery?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's always smack talking and
You
doing
you
his little.
fucker! You stole my pick.
I know. So a couple
Mhm.
times I got into
There's-
it with him.
There's
I
a
was just
couple
like,
other
"Shut the
Montgomerys you
hell
could pick.
up."
There's a couple other Montgomerys you can pick, Matty.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Only a
there's,
few, only a
there
few.
isn't a
Just a
shortage.
few.
I was
of
thinking about
Montgomerys,
I was
that's
thinking
for
about
sure.
picking Troy just because I've had some good battles on defense with him, but definitely Josh.
Nice. Okay. All right, mine offense is Bolte. For enough said. Anyways, my defense is my defense. Honestly, I haven't had enough of the guys from A that are playing defense, so I went with Doc.
Oh,
Good
I
call.
went with Doc on this one, and he's just a solid player all
He is a good
around.
player.
To be honest.
damn! I gotta be honest. I actually, and I feel bad about this now. I forgot about Doc.
What? Are you
What?
forget about Doc?
He's a
only
nice,
just
quiet,
too.
nice guy. Honestly, I love Doc. Doc's great.
I kind of just did too because I saw Alex and I'd never think of Alex.
I forgot about Doc.
Doc sending some hate.
What's up, Doc?
What a guy. And then my rivalry from Texas, I was initially going to say Troy Montgomery because of like our on-court battles. And like, I mean,
Wasn't much of a
there was one time where I'm like literally just like working the cart to like try and get into a spot, whatever. And he's like, "You just worked your ass off and you're there." Like I'm like,
Yeah.
and I
He's
didn't say
fun.
anything, but in my head I'm like, "Fuck this guy." And then like
he doesn't know.
he's constantly, "Oh, that was a delay. That was a delay." We're fighting on the court and just going off, and we get off the court. And he's like, "You guys played really great, man. It's just a great team.
Uh-huh.
It was fun. You guys did good. You guys scored. You won. It was just an awesome time." He's such a nice guy off the court. I can't pick him as a rivalry because he's so freaking nice.
Yes.
I don't know. My rivalry is somebody that I don't really ever play with. But I played with him on my money team in Atlanta, and I just put a bad thing in my mouth. And he actually gave me some props this year about my gameplay, which is great. But man, I just can't wait to lay down the law on Brad Reading from Texas. I am gonna
folks.
I'm gonna block the shit out of him. I am gonna shoot over him. I'm gonna wrap him. I'm just gonna he's gonna be like, "What do I do against this Trey? He's just a monster." We're starting the rivalry now, Brad. Let's get it going.
Shots fired across the bow, Mr. Reading.
That's right.
SS
Dan-
Reading. Shots have been fired.
That's right.
I was
Dan
was
Doherty.
like, sorry.
The innovator.
All right. Offense, I'm going Balti, dude. Balt. I mean, especially this year, Balti played phenomenal. Watching that guy shoot it didn't matter where he was shooting from. He was putting the ball in the hole. Defense. Oh, man, defense is so hard with Texas because they got so many tall, big guys. That's another place where they grow them big. Texas and Seattle, tall people. What the hell? Since you guys have given love to all the other people, I'm gonna go with my guy KB. I love me some KB.
KB, another awesome teddy bear out there. It's
I love
hilarious.
I love KB too.
Hilarious.
He'll block someone, and I'll just look at him and give him that like that KB smooch. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The
A
KB
little
smooch.
something extra.
Yeah, the little something extra. And then for rival, it would have to be. Man, I can't think of anyone that I have a rivalry with. No, John Hansen, Mr. How to Catch, Mr. How to
The platinum scoop
Whose
man
team?
himself.
Whose team was he on? I don't know.
I have
Was he
no
on?
idea.
You know
It
what?
was a mixed team.
I feel like you need to make him a custom Dan Doherty platinum scoop.
Platinum scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr.
That's
How to
great.
Catch a Predator himself.
Wow.
I don't know what that's regarding, but maybe
Yeah, I
we'll
don't know,
talk
but,
about it another time.
Hi,
On the
I'm
next
John
episode
Hansen.
of Whirlyball Nation.
John Hansen was the host of
Catch a
How to Catch a
Predator
Predator.
guy.
Yeah.
They would walk
Oh.
into the kitchen with the
Yeah,
six
yeah.
pack of beer. John Hansen would walk out. What do you think you're doing here?
Okay.
Matty Ice.
Good talk.
Nate knows. Nate
I do.
Bolty.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna change I was gonna go with Carter originally. I'm
Mhm.
gonna go with Doc.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
Doc now though.
He's got two. That means he's winning.
and
I
here,
didn't go with
I'm
Carter
gonna
because
throw-
Carter was already given love. I wanted to give love to KB.
I
love that man.
Since Josh has already been taken, he would have been my pick. But I'm gonna give you guys a throwback because I fucking hated playing this guy in Cleveland, which is the first year we played like a legit Texas team. Leonard.
Yeah, I was thinking
Oh.
him too.
Oh my
Leonard.
goodness.
Dude,
That guy
would not
talked
stop talking.
So
Dude,
much.
yeah.
That was SWAT City in
City.
Cleveland.
Leonard.
Yep. Doc was on that
100%.
team.
I hope he comes back and we get a
Oh
chance
my
to play
goodness.
against him again. If I don't, that would suck. But only
That
because
guy.
of previous history, I wouldn't say that I have anybody like that comes to mind from a rival like at this point.
That Texas team had so much fun on that court, man. Like that's all they were doing. SWAT City was exactly what they were. They like literally were swatting everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Now,
fun.
If we had an option for someone we wanted to play with on the court, it'd be Poppy. That guy has so much fun on the court.
I
seems pretty
would.
fun.
I mean, I love Chris. I don't know that I would pick him to play with though.
I'm like, dude, you'd have a good time on that team. Come
Oh,
on.
for sure. Like, yeah, if I just wanted to have a good time and play. for
That's what I'm
sure.
saying. Like, yeah. That dude's always having a blast.
I mean, Juan's great. Mario's great.
Oh, yeah,
Ross is
all those
great.
guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Matt, was that your rivalry?
Yeah, I mean, Leonard would be the rival for sure.
We have 2 more centers left.
All
I
right.
specifically saved these to the end because there's obviously only 2 centers left in this chat that we're in right now, just specifically the 4 of us. And to start it off first, I went with your center, Nate. Seattle, your best
Alrighty.
offensive player.
It would be Mr. Joe Tiffany for me for
just,
offense.
Just Joe.
Just Joe.
Just Joe.
Just Joe. That just.
Yo, Joe!
G.I. Joe.
So I mean, just all around. I mean, he can play anywhere. He can control offense. He makes people go after him, so people are open, like a Peters or a Raff, or
Yeah.
So he's just very impressive. Him or Barrett? I'd say Joe's just a little bit over. Defense, probably Jordan. He just controls everyone really well. Like that's why he's the unlimited goalie. He tells everyone what to do. He controls them. He might not be the tallest, but he plays defense really well. I probably have like at least 6 inches on him. He usually play D against me, no problem.
Yeah.
Rivalry. I'm gonna go with someone in my division. Just
Dan, get it ready.
cause,
Get it ready.
We've had some differences, and I usually do pretty well against him. Brandon Stewart.
Beast Stew.
Controversy.
Me and him haven't had the greatest relationship.
I don't know if that's the soundbite you wanted or not.
Yes.
But I mean, he's always really competitive on the court, which I appreciate. We've had differences off the court, of course, but
Yeah.
George in the chat with X.
But it's always been fun. I like playing against him. I like that he's into it that much, and he's like he didn't play on our B team. He went and played for Michigan because he's so into it. So
Nice.
me and him
Awesome.
have never been on the same team. We've always been against each other.
Good talk. Is that everything there?
That's it.
America.
Good talk.
America. I had a good talk. I know.
I want to
I'm
talk.
honest.
I want to talk.
I want one. I want one. All right. I am not from Seattle, so my interpretation is gonna be a little different.
Yep.
My offensive best player from Seattle, I'm gonna go with Barrett. For some reasons, Joe was just so closely there, in my opinion. Obviously, for the same reasons that I think you said, But when I went down to play in Seattle the first time before, I think it was 2019, when my family lived out in Port Orchard across the Puget Sound, and I played in your guys' leagues, and I played against Barrett. And this guy just like took this just insane. I'm like, you ain't going nowhere. And he literally put his arm through my face and literally scored a goal right there. I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And this is my first year, probably, first or second year in C or, whatever. Basically, yeah. So I chose Barrett on that version. The defensive player, I went with Joe Tiffany. I went with Joe on defensive player because the guy seems to just handle it all. You guys have a lot of good defenders on there, but I feel like Joe is kind of like all around.
He can be one of the best if he needs to be. But.
Exactly. And rivalry, this has changed literally every single year I've played against anybody in whirlyball. But this year, my rivalry is Brandon White. It was you, Nate, for a year or two, but you're just too nice. And Brandon White, man, he says things, and I'm like, oof. And then he was salty after the loss and all this stuff, and then like, man, he just keeps talking even though he's down.
I heard you guys got into a little bit after too.
Oh my goodness! So Brandon White, I love the guy. I love the competition.
He should have been your rival, Nate.
Yeah.
After the suitcase.
He's my boy.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Right. But I love Brandon White, but he's definitely the guy that's my rival. Dan?
All right, I'm going a little bit different direction with offensive player here. I'm gonna go with the first guy to win D, C, B, A, and unlimited. And don't tell me Barrett and Joe like skipped a division, so there's an asterisk by their name. It's the BP himself, Smith or Brad Peters. I'm going Brad Peters.
Ah,
Words
his
are
new nickname.
hard.
La, la,
La,
la,
la,
la,
la, la, la.
It's la 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 here.
When you see BP next, Nate, just go up to him and go, oh,
Dan, how
But
does
yeah.
that go again?
Does he-
oh,
Does Nate need to get down on his knees and when he says that to you?
But yeah, I feel the only reason that Joe looks so good as he does is because everyone's they know they're on Brad Peters, so Joe's open to take the shot. So, but Brad Peters is a phenomenal player, dude. I mean, he's won every single division, including unlimited. I mean, dude's a beast. I'm gonna go with Hufflepuff for defender.
Is that just because of your Harry Potter dreams and fantasies, or is that
No, Jordan Huff. He's the unlimited 2-time reigning champion, right? Am I wrong here?
Mm-hmm.
And then rival, same thing. Rival kind of changes, and like I get along with all the Seattle guys. So like the rivalries I have are just like with everyone. I mean, we get along with everyone. I'm gonna go with Dan Carney. Fuck that guy.
Ooh.
There you go.
Some
Oh my goodness.
Salt in the wounds here.
You know what? That makes sense.
He took your name.
a little salt.
Not bad. Just
The best Dan and C.
He's the best. All right.
Don't worry, he'll be in B next year.
I might be too. So
Oh.
Maybe.
All
I
right,
don't
Matty
know.
Ice.
I don't know. I don't make the teams. Offense. I'm gonna throw one out there. Mike Wall.
ooh,
Um,
not gonna lie, forgot
Not
about
a
Wall.
slight.
He's retired.
To Barrett. Not a slight to Joe. They'll probably take it that way. Definitely more complete players, in my opinion. But
Mm-hmm.
when Mike Wall is on the court, again, it's kind of like the same issues that we've had with like Nate and B or any division we play with Nate, right? Like the amount of attention that he commands is just absurd. Like when you've seen someone have, like he just sits in the key, he's got 3 people literally mugging him, like it's a back alley bar, and he ends up with a scoop around his forearm, and the guy's still scoring. Like the dude is just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
Hold on one second. I have to look at the chat. I just started reading this. Cliff is going off the chains on these things.
Yeah. Well,
Best
I
facial
can't
hair,
comment on-
Minnesota. Not Texas. And then Cliff goes, mustaches are coming back. Young bucks out there. And then we say, little creepy, not gonna lie. Me or the Minnesota guys. Oh man. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Matt. That just made me laugh.
Defense, I'm gonna go with Joe.
Just Joe?
Just Joe. Joe. Rival. Oof, this one's really tough. A long time ago, it was Dave Bowen. It's not. It's not anymore.
I don't think he'll be back.
I would say Steve, because
Good
just
one.
because I know Steve
Steve-O?
so well, and he's somebody
Yeah.
that like raises my game. Because I want to beat Steve probably more than any other player at nationals. Like if we're in the same division. Period.
I love Steve.
Love Steve. And we beat him this year.
The
so that helps.
ambassador.
Did we ever show that karaoke version of Steve from when he came out and hung out with us?
No,
Oh,
I
at the
still have that
barbecue
video.
thing or whatever.
Yeah, beat
Mm,
it. He did.
It wasn't.
He did
it
a
wasn't
Michael-
a barbecue.
it was
we
a
were at
Michael Jackson.
bar.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
somebody's birthday.
Julie's
thought it was like
birthday,
the
right?
thing
Julie's
that
birthday party. Yeah, we
Dan
we,
did outside or whatever.
Oh, that was something different. No, this was years prior.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
yeah, wait,
Yeah,
far
like
ago.
probably I don't know, maybe
2017, 2018,
Yeah,
2017.
it was. I'll go back. One of these episodes, I'll throw it up there and we can relive it.
Yeah,
You know, one of
That's
these
fine.
episodes you should show the gift of you falling out of the whirly boat.
Why? It's already on Facebook, dude.
it's out there for the
Yeah,
masses.
just someone worked really hard on that.
So that was
So
that
did
was your
I.
rivalry.
Me to make it happen. Yeah, that's my rivalry. Steve.
All right. All right, Nate. Moving on to the last center.
All right.
The best center.
Obviously, Chicago, best offensive player.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Best
We're going
offensive
back
player.
to Chicago.
Hmm.
I always liked you, Nate.
He's a nice guy.
I would
My, how
probably
handsome he looked
say
today.
Matty.
What? I'm
What?
shocked by that. I really am. I did not pay him off. I promise.
Controversy.
No, you kind of play my style or white style. You're up there, really aggressive. You can kind of control set picks.
Buried in the key.
You got a good shot.
Sometimes. 2 wheels and up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Two
you got a nice
wheels
quick
and
shot. If you got a little higher shot, you'd probably be even better.
Yeah.
Defense, of course, we're going with Mr. Jorge.
Jorge
right.
himself.
Jorge.
Jorge.
Always had the great battles against him
G. Bish.
over the years. Of course, it's always me and him because I'm on offense. He's always stuck on defense. So,
That's a lie.
yeah, good. It's always fun going against him too, because me and him always chirp at each other and
Yeah.
little things, and then we get off the court and we're all good. So
It's good. He chirps at everybody,
rivalry.
even his teammates.
Let's go with Bill.
Yeah.
Had some good battles with him. He's always been very. He probably would have been my next offensive. He's always had good shots. He seems to control you guys really well. Tells you where to go. He kind of comes back when he needs to. But yeah, I've had some good rivalry with him. I think even this year, he did almost kind of what happened to Dan to me. I got jacked pretty good, like going for a ball, and I got all pissed at him. And then
Defenseless receiver
and then-
penalty,
and
2
then when
points.
and then I hit into him, and he's like, "Oh, we're doing this, huh?" So it was good. But yeah, I think all you guys are really good. It's always fun playing against all you guys.
Exactly.
Walter was another good rivalry. If he would have been up in B, I've always had some good fights with him.
Oh yeah.
John?
All right. My 3 are all different. I'll be honest. My 3 are all different. I'm a little selfish, so I'm gonna go with myself for offense.
A little selfish.
Just a little. Maybe a lot.
If
I don't
you had still been playing, it would have been you. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, think of the comeback that I had. I started playing again. I haven't played for 4 or 5 years, and then started practicing and got to this level. So
you're a very athletic guy. So
there's people that do things better than me, but I feel like, on the offensive side, but I feel like the things that do better don't overshine the other things that I do better in some other areas. That's kind of where I come at it.
You play team ball very well. I love being on the court, being on your team, and playing with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, and let's go back to defense now. Defense. George, I'm sorry, it's not you. I love you, buddy. I know you're pissed off already. It's not you. This guy does not play defense often, but the vision, everything that's going on here, and the ability to block shots and do everything. I'm going with Matty
right now.
Ice. I'm going Matty Ice.
Okay, that's not okay,
Going
that's
Matty
not right.
Ice. Matty Ice,
Okay.
literally like.
Apparently, I paid everybody off here.
You did good. You got an offense and a defense so far.
I'll take it. I'm going to vote for myself on both.
All right, good call. Good call.
and your rivalry.
And my
Matt,
rivalry, myself.
Here's the thing, Matt, is in Chicago, we like to, not Matt, Nate, in Chicago, we want a full 5-man rotating team. I feel like Matt on this 5-man team, his best play is to be up as that cherry or floater, as other centers would call it. And that's just kind of how it worked out on this team. I love him there, but honestly, like full round team defense, calling out stuff, setting walls, blocks, being in position, driving the cart the right way, knowing which way to turn and how to set up with your teammates that are also on you on defense, so you get the best opportunity to get that block or defer shots. It's Matty Ice. And then going to rivalries, it took me a while to come to this one, but another one is it's Matty Ice, and I go after Matt because here's why. I thought about it. I literally went through every single Chicago player that I go with. Everybody, a lot of people are nice, but when I'm on the court during practices and everything else, I give it a little extra. You know, I'm like, I really want this block. I really want to make this shot over. I really want to make Matty Ice look stupid on this play and not say anything about it and just smile and wink at him after it happens, you know? And he would do the same. So those are my three. Dan Doherty.
All right. Was it offensive first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've only been doing this for like 6 centers, so
He forgot for Chicago.
fuck it.
I spaced out. Sorry. I've been drinking. I'm going to go with the guy that had the best shooting percentage at Nats. Dead.
That
Dead
is
shot,
correct.
Dead shot lights out at Nats. I mean, is he? I mean,
What was his percentage?
40.
Was it like 40 something? And he does it from anywhere. He can do it from
2 welds and up.
and he can do it from outside, inside. It don't matter. He works the car. He gets in there. He's one of the best guys at working that. Him and Walter are like two of the best guys at working that outside corner to get that 2 welds and up shot. So I'm going with Dead here.
There we go.
And then
We've had 3 different offensive guys so far. This is great. I like this one. This is a good center to go over.
So for defense, I would say George is the best defensive player, but I think the person that would
all of these are the best overall offense, best overall defense.
But what I would say, George is the best defensive player, but I would say the person that I think is our best defender, our best goalie, is Andy. When Andy's back there, dude, he gets up so tall, he gets a lot of blocks, and he's so quick. Like it doesn't matter. You try to go for the wraparound. He's fine. I'm not saying George doesn't do that. I just think Andy might be slightly taller and a little bit quicker.
He's got a quicker scoop for sure.
Yeah,
for sure, 100%.
I felt like if Andy if he concentrated on being like the primary 5, dude, he could be one of the best defenders there is. Like that's how like strongly how good of a defender I feel like he is. And having a defender that can come up and shoot too is it's huge.
Yeah, that means they're not a defender.
So like I said, George is better probably like positionally and like awareness wise, but just like pure defender talent, I think Andy is great at that. And then rival.
This is, by the way, this is why you're still a C player.
That's fine. I also like to spread the I like to spread the wealth around. Scotty Tuhati.
Scotty Tuhati. There we go.
Scotty's one of those guys that like
Castaways.
Okay.
He's the one that likes to get loud on the court to kind of play the mental games. And like as soon as I hear Scotty getting loud against me on the court, I'm gonna start to get loud right against him. But like Scotty's the one who got me into leagues. Like, I know Scott through working at Haunts, and like I got into his truck one day and there was a scoop. I'm like, is that a whirlyball scoop? He's like, yeah. And then when leagues started back up, he asked me if I wanted to play. But at the same time, I love playing with Scott. Like he's a very, aware player. He's a great defender. He's working on his offense. But yeah, I like to jab at Scotty. He likes to jab at me.
Mm-hmm.
He's another one of those people when he's going for a layup.
He's a fun guy to play against.
Yeah. He's another one of those guys that's going for a layup. I go, don't miss.
Nice.
Which,
Awesome.
I mean, I'm the king of brick and layups. So
That
I
is
can say
correct.
that.
All right, Matty Ice, going on to you, buddy. Offense.
God, I really don't want to do this.
It's all good.
It's because here's the thing. The margin I feel like is so small for.
I
for both
agree
of us.
100% with you on that, dude.
That's a good thing.
If you say
For-
Matty Ice,
No, I'm not going to save myself for offense just because I'm too critical. Offense,
I think I know who you're going to go with.
I'm going to pick Trey.
That's actually, I didn't think you were going to go with me.
Only
collusion.
no,
Trey pick Matty
it's
pick
not-
Trey.
Get a room.
I had it between him and Bill. I think they have the best combination of being able to see the game quickly, make very quick decisions, also very good shooters, also look to open up other teammates, know how to create space. Bill was obviously hurt this year. Didn't have his best nationals the year previously, but he's going to get his shot back to the point to where he was going into Cleveland. I would say he's probably our most well-rounded offensive player. And that's also not to say, Trey just got back, so he's still getting seasoned.
There's a lot of things I still got to learn.
His height is a problem on offense, and it gives him so many other matchups that, and different types of shots that he can take. And that's really not really an area of his game that he's, I don't want to say explored, but because I play cherry a lot, he's a really good cherry picker. I feel like all three of us are kind of interchangeable. It can play everywhere throughout the court, and we're not a liability anywhere. But his shot is very consistent. He's very clutch as well. He's very poised. He doesn't take bad shots. It's very, very infrequent. He's super selective. I'd say he's probably the most selective on the team. And he's very good at baiting goalies and getting that pass to the guy coming in on the wing, or really understands. The one thing I think that people don't understand about the way that we play is we really prioritize 3-on-2s. And sometimes we have a lot of space, and sometimes we're doing it in a very, very small amount of space. And I think he understands that type of game as much as I do, and a little bit more than Bill. So, being able to make a really tight pass inside, you have to be really skilled. You have to have finesse. You need to understand the situation. You need to understand how the defenders are adjusting to you. And he's also on the flip side. If he's the receiver of that pass, he has the ability to go up tall and go up fast and score. He's really good at understanding the situation. So I'm going to pick him. Defender, I am going to pick myself. If I play defense full time,
I agree.
I think it would show more. I think people
Come
would
play
would
defense
see
against me next time. I want to see it.
it's not like I haven't played defense against you.
You haven't.
New
No, that's
Seattle
not true.
rival.
Hey, go back to the footage in Seattle.
We're gonna hear in very quickly.
I'm pretty sure you didn't score on me. And here's the other thing, dude. I'm always taking the worst card on the court. So there's times when I'm playing cherry picker and I'm coming back to play defense, I'm at a severe disadvantage against somebody playing offense.
That's me every game.
So then you understand the pain, right?
I do.
Yeah.
So being in positions where I'm guarding Brandon White when he's in the burner.
The burner, yeah,
and
100%.
And not giving up baskets, and you would agree that Brandon's a good driver, and especially when you give him a fast cart. And I didn't get beat by him. I give a lot of people trouble. I'm obviously quick. I'm not the tallest person, but I know kind of how to bait people, and that's how I get a lot of blocks. I'm just not down there a lot at nationals because it's just not best for the team.
You're very quick, Matt. You're very quick. You get more blocks than I think. I don't shoot with George because George is more of a he makes me it deters my shot. Yeah, I'm not going to take the shot. I know I'm going to get blocked type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But with you, I'm like, oh, there's a whole fuck ton of space. I'm going to get this real quick, and you just swat the shit out of it. So.
You know who else is really good at that? Walter.
Yeah, Walter is really good at that. Too.
I do not dare shoot around Walter. I'm like, I don't care how low his scoop is. I'm like, he's going to stuff this in my face.
Yeah. Plus the other thing is I think when we think about defense, we're thinking about somebody just sitting in the hole, but there's not a lot of times you being able to help people get into the wall, being able to direct, being able to go up and set a wall. You're playing defense. As soon as the possession's over, you're playing defense, right?
Sure.
So there's just a lot of other elements to the game that I think about that I think I'm very good at in that regard. Rival.
Hold on. Ryan Kelly, Jeremy, I put him in Chicago Center, but I can't vote him in for this. I put him as still a Michigan player right now until he's played on our teams, and he's literally I'm playing for Chicago. I can't
we
add him
weren't
into
counting
this yet.
He's
we
in
weren't counting
purgatory.
Jeremy, we already did.
Jeremy's in
Yeah.
purgatory.
He's still Michigan, basically, in my opinion. I think I said he was
Nate,
kind of a close second in a couple of
I
things. So.
feel like we said this earlier.
Well, George brought it up on chat.
in the chat.
Ryan brought it up there.
Rival. I'm gonna say Bill.
Yeah.
It would either be you or Bill. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Good answer. That was fun. I had a good
Cliff is
time.
actually a pretty good defender too.
Yeah, Cliff's a great defender.
Yeah.
Cliff is a great defender.
Yeah. He's had some good battles against me, and he's done
Honestly,
pretty well.
honestly, in the last couple of weeks, even at practices, like, man, dude, like the end of nationals, like Cliff is like a banger player. And you know what? I know something that I guess I can divulge. It probably is he can't play nationals probably this year or the next year. You know, he's got a very young family, so he's going to spend some time home with that, and which is understandable.
Sure.
But man, if this guy could just come and practice and play with us, this guy would
A
be
lot of upside.
Yeah.
a lot of upside.
And Dan, actually, to your point, I do want to go back on this. I do think that if Andy did sit back and really like learn how to play defense and like make it a point to I'm going to be the best defender in the center, I think he could be.
Yes,
I do.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Which
Andy
he might have played
arguably
B
has,
if he would have done that,
Andy probably has one of the fastest twitches in the center.
I feel like it's between him or Walter, and
Yeah, I
Walter
agree.
doesn't have that height that helps. I mean, he's still like Walter. Like I said,
Walter's
like, I'm
on-ball
scared to
defender. Walter's a good
Yeah.
on-ball defender.
yeah, 100%.
He's
I get blocked by
extremely
Matty Ice, and I get blocked by Andy more often than anybody else at our center. I
I'm
still
just
have
saying,
not been
though-
blocked by Brett. Brett, one of these days you'll find it, dude. I know what's gonna happen. I might have to throw it right into your scoop, but
Poor
it'll
guy.
happen one of these days.
Poor guy. All right. That was a good segment. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed hearing
Yeah,
everybody's
it's a good one.
opinions. We're going to switch over into, watching the
Couple
B
things.
championship game. So to set the scene for anybody who wouldn't pay attention to the B division this year, our team in seeding went, we only had one tie. We had no losses. And I think, what do you guys have? How many losses? Nate?
In
In seeding?
seeding?
Yeah. Well, you
At
lost
least,
us
like,
twice.
yeah, at least 3 or 4, I'd say. Maybe 4.
So you guys really battled through seeding, but I still felt like you guys were definitely the second best team. So we
Yeah, it
go
just
out-
took us a while to get like in the
Get
rhythm
going,
and
yeah.
get used to the center and
So we go out. We haven't lost. We're feeling good. We play these guys the first game or first or second game in seeding, and they beat us by 20+ points. Pounded the snot out of us. We did not play well. They played good, and our games were really close. Even the games that we won during seeding, and then we had to come back and we had to beat them twice. So this is after the first game where we won. We're going into the last game for all the marbles. Nate, what was kind of what was the vibe around the team? Right, you beat us by 20. You lost the first game.
Ooh.
Was there any conversations that kind of happened like prior to going into the last part of the tournament?
it was kind of just we knew that we could beat you guys. We just needed to play well and play like we had before and keep rotating and just make sure to to hold you guys off. But it just I don't know. We just kind of slipped up a little bit on those last couple games. I'd say
So
shooting wasn't so well and
you would say the vibes were good going into
Yeah.
that game.
yeah, they were still good. We still knew we had a chance. Even that game you beat us before, it was like 5 or 7 points or something. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't much. It was single digits.
Yeah.
Dan, I love this chair. It's actually the best chair I've ever bought. It's great.
Oh yeah, the
It
secret
comes-
hot's nice.
Comes very well packaged. I'm a big guy. This is a big boy chair.
He is a big
Everything about this chair is great. 100% get it.
Oh, on that queen.
You got something up on your
yeah,
background?
a little bit. It's not terrible, but
I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and play the start of this game. But
Super.
everybody,
Uh,
what did you do?
I didn't do anything. Aren't we gonna? Or did I miss that part when I was refilling my drink?
I don't know, but I'm gonna play the game.
Are we doing the drinking game?
Oh,
What
yeah,
is the
yeah, yeah,
drinking
yeah.
game?
Guys, we're gonna do a drinking game. I forgot about this because I've been drinking.
That's why I left.
Yeah, I went to grab it. We're gonna. You know what? We have a 2 welds and up section of this game here. My God, Dan is horrible. He's just horrible.
He's roasted,
Oh
man.
my God, he's no idea.
He's cooked.
There we go. Finally, my
Jack
God.
to the tits.
All right, so we're gonna do a little drinking game. Every time that a basket is scored within 2 welds and up, we're gonna have a drink.
2 welds and up.
You're gonna hear that, and you know you're gonna have to drink.
All
You
right,
take a sip, whatever you want.
I literally have like nothing to drink left except
right.
wine.
Perfect.
So go get that.
There you
We'll
go.
have a little quick break from our sponsors.
Yeah, I think it's
In a world of inferior scoops, one company dares to make a superior scoop. Dan Doherty Scoop Co. A superior scoop for a superior player.
Wow.
Nice. All right, wait.
Thank
I'm
you.
supposed to wait to drink. My bad. Okay,
All
so
right.
2 welds and up. We're taking a swig.
I'm gonna do my best with the soundboard, but the video on my screen is very grainy, so there might be a little bit of a delay with my soundboard.
Okay.
So
So
honor system here.
Pretty bad.
What did you do, Matty?
I don't know.
Maybe when you put in the video, you kind of have background playing through it again, so it's like probably playing through twice. I don't know. Video looks good though, so let's keep going. So welcome.
Hold on.
Da-da-da-do, da-da-da-da-do, ba-da-bee-ba-boo. I'm just gonna keep talking until someone finds out. Oh, George, it is bad.
Well, what happened? Let's see. We'll do a little test.
Shot goes up. Adam with the rebound. Keeper looking for the ball. Full court pass. And
All right. Can anybody give us some feedback? Does it sound bad now, or is it?
is this better? Dan is talking to find out if our mics sound better or
Is
still
this
echoey.
better? Besides it not actually.
Better
playing?
or worse? Better or worse? Someone let us know in the comments if this is
Give
much
us
or worse.
feedback in the chat, please.
Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. No? Anyone?
And it's gone. Okay, so it sounds like. All right. Let me see. Sounds better. Okay, so it's got to be that slide. Better. Okay. Nobody say anything.
Do, do,
He said
do,
nobody say
do.
anything.
I couldn't help it.
Do we have a technical difficulty screen, Maddie?
Double audio.
All right.
Okay, let me see if I have desktop audio.
I'm bored already.
Oh God, shut up.
You should.
We're supposed to be playing a drinking game.
Yeah. I already drank my first beer. How
All
am
right,
I
let's
gonna
see.
do it?
Can you guys give us some feedback?
Did Maddie fix the audio problem? Do
See
we
if I fix
sound
it.
better? How do we sound? George, we sound better?
Which way did he go, George? Which way did he
Which
go?
way did he go?
Fixed. Okay.
Dope.
You guys may or may not hear the video from, or I'm sorry, the video. You might not hear the sound from the video because I had to turn it off. But let me know. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear the sound from the court.
Test.
Confirm you can hear the audio from the court. Stan says yes. All right, first shot, Billy Bob. Missy.
It's gonna be really hard to do this because the only thing I can see it live in is very greeny from your screen, Matt.
Okay, there's no video sound. Fun times. That's okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna be talking over it anyways. So you guys are doing a bad job of scoring goals right here.
That's my clock
Yeah,
on the door.
yeah. We didn't do well there. All right, so Seattle's got a great wall going over here. This is the second game of 2 because we won the first game, so we had to beat them twice because they beat us by 20 points.
Ooh, that's a lot. Ooh, nice long
And,
shot there, Trey. Barely missed.
Thank you, but it missed. That's all that matters. So.
Ooh.
What's going through your head right now, Nate? 0-0, minute 10
Score
in.
points.
Hold them.
Right now, I'm thinking this is his shot. Nope.
He snuck over a little bit, and I saw you coming in. I figured you had an opportunity.
That's what a bad shooter
Do you
looks
guys
like.
know you're supposed to put the ball in the hole?
Well, we might see it here. Oh.
Ooh, no.
Oh, here it is. One of my favorite plays.
Oh no! We suck again!
Yeah, that was pretty.
And up. Drink.
Oh shit! First one at 2 welds and up. That was a fun one, actually.
Who is that, Bill? I can't-
George on Nate.
It's not shooting. Does he find it? Does he do it? Sees the passive. Stan. Oh, well, Stan did realize that we were going to have. Oh, he
Ooh.
could have went in.
So what was your guys' strategy going into this game, Nate?
What was your question?
I said, what was was their team's strategy going into this elimination game for the
Nate?
championship?
Why are we not playing?
Pretty much the same thing
yeah.
as. Oh, I mean, I don't think there's any volume, so it should be good
Yeah, that'd be
on
fine.
that court. Basically just the same thing, hold them out, set the wall. Don't let them score easy baskets. Just kind of how we were playing before. I mean, like I said, we knew we could beat them. We just didn't make our shots. So.
Yep. That's how we felt too.
Oh, someone got a block there. Was that
It was
Bill?
Bill. Yeah.
On marker.
I think we got an extension call there.
We did.
I think it was a pretty weak extension call.
I agree. I think we got 4 points off of penalties.
No, we got a basket. The first quick pass basket.
No.
and
I'm
then
saying like
penalty.
total for this game.
Yeah. The second one was a throwing scoop, though. So
There's a bucket.
Was that 2 wells and up? Sorry, I was messing with my my video.
I don't think it was.
There it is. Oh, nice.
2
Hey,
wells
2
and up.
wells.
Take a drink. I like how Matty's just drinking wine out of the bottle.
He's got a bottle. That's awesome.
Working it. Come on, get around the corner. Nice pass. Possible 3-2 here.
2 welds and up.
Was that
Take
2
a
welds and
drink.
up? I think that was
your
3
bumper-
welds.
I think your bumper was across the line.
We'll drink
I
it.
think that's the 3rd weld.
I hit the button. Drink.
I drink. Don't worry about it. Not bad for a D game, Ryan.
Look at
What an
me.
asshole.
I'm the captain now.
You're the captain now.
Hey, we
You know
won
the
a
problem-
championship. You lost.
The problem I'm having with watching this is it's extremely grainy for me. It's like 3, whatever that number, second number is for me.
Dang,
I'll
look
get
at
over
that
it.
shot. Look at that shot I just made, huh?
It was not
Good
2
shot.
wells and up though.
That was kind of a bad shot there. But hey, look at this. Look at this great defensive play here.
Wait, where?
Yeah.
He's down at Cherry. Brando White right now.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Is this where George comes up and fouls Brandon and then gets beat?
Maybe. Yeah, this is.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my God. We had such a high wall, and then George just won.
Thankfully, they
One-
threw the pass away.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where I
Yeah,
go
there's
back.
a decent amount of that.
0
This one-
seconds on the clock.
This-
The ball was
Nice
still in the scoop.
His scoops in motion.
Oh my God.
2 L's and
Look
up.
at that.
Drink.
The presence of
Yeah.
mind to call it no good, and they give him the bucket.
It's
They
all
gave,
good.
him they gave him the points.
Let's-
You're trying
let's-
to tell them
hey,
to do their
but-
job.
But man, let's give him that one back for the week extension.
Yeah,
call.
yeah. I'm just saying. I felt like we were talking about this the other day.
Two
I
L's
felt
and
like
up.
he
That was a
no
2
good
L.
on the court,
Drink.
and even after watching it so many times, that's the first time I've had it at 0.
There's another thrown away ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, who
That was a layup.
pass?
Yep.
If you French fry when you're supposed to pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Well, just needed to make the pass. Don't worry about.
My Milwaukee Light battery ran out. Now I'm back to looking not glowy. Dead? Long two?
Yeah. You know, those are the ones he usually makes too. Which is actually he usually makes every shot. So I guess that's
He may,
Neither here nor
was
there.
making
But,
a
like,
little
he-
less
he-
than-
he tends to
was
make
making a little
those-
less than half. That's pretty good.
now he's like making a little bit more than half. What are you talking about?
I thought he was shooting at 44%.
No, he was like 53%, something like that.
Oh, he was 53. I thought it was
Uptown
40.
Brown.
Yeah. And I was like 50, and then
Oh no.
we dropped down.
Ooh,
There was some defense.
Yeah.
there
You
you
just
go.
shot that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just missed.
You shot it too fast, I think.
Two
Really?
weld zone.
Uh-oh.
Two weld zone.
Uh-oh.
2
Oh.
L's and up.
Drink.
Killing it. Now it's starting to seem like
Two welds. Ooh.
you guys are missing your shots, and we're hitting all of our shots right now.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm starting to feel, you know, all right, we're up by 3 baskets right now, or you know, 2, 3. It's 3 baskets.
Yeah,
'cause
Brandon
it's
always
probably-
gets the fastest, George.
Ooh, that wasn't a bad looking shot.
I don't know why he didn't keep this ball here.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna shoot it.
Yeah,
should
me
have.
too.
He had a wide open shot.
Is this the game where like Dead loses the ball and goes for a layup and doesn't realize?
Oh, right
he
there.
has it?
Bill is where. That's where Bill jacked me right there. We saw it.
Let me go back.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's weak.
You pussy.
Dude, it's not when you're 6'5". You know?
Yeah, when you're 6'5", these carts go like half mile an hour.
That's awesome.
Gotta have your head on a swivel, Keith.
This is a little
I
more
thought he
than
was going
nice.
to take that shot there. I give it to Matty Ice. Fuck it. Oh, back to Dead. No, there's Matty Ice taking the shot.
Get
I
in
think
the
you drilled
wall,
this one, right?
No, I passed it back to Bill.
Nah, you guys
Oh.
aren't making this.
I was just trying to kill time.
You guys are too
Mm.
far out.
It's not 2 olds and up. Uh-oh. What?
Ooh, that was a good shot. Uh-oh, 3-on-2.
Yes. Good attempt. We just weren't set up.
Weld zone.
Mm.
Ugh. I think Bill
Missed
should have
pass.
shot that there.
Nah, he could have either shot it. I don't
Soft
know.
shot, soft shot, pass shot.
With
3-on-2.
how low they were. Yeah, here's another one. And
2 L's and up.
2 olds and up. With Bill, where it happened, it was just you can't make a lob pass that low when
Oh, man.
everybody's moving. Another 2 olds and up.
Nice.
2 L's and up.
Man, I made this Jack and Coke really strong too.
Nice.
Oh, messed up.
There you go.
That's all right.
Uh-oh. I'm getting grainy again.
It looks good on YouTube.
Yeah, it does.
That's the important thing. Mine's like Trey keeps because we're watching it through the
Mhm.
what is this the OBS what is this
Restream?
called? Yeah,
Yeah.
Restream.
Mhm.
So it's not as
Ooh.
solid quality. Who is that? Matthew? Is
Yeah,
that
Matt's
Matthew
got the
Ice?
ball.
2 welds and up. Oh, he
Oh.
bricks it.
Oh,
Oh, he
Two
bricks it.
two welds and up shots that we brick.
Oh, no.
Gets the ball back.
Yeah.
suck
Yeah.
again.
Is he
we
gonna-
suck again. Oh yeah, this is a money shot right here.
Yeah,
Not 2 wells enough though.
not too old enough.
We drink anyways.
Huh.
That
I
is
would say-
correct.
I was
Big
saying
bottle of
you
wine
should
gonna
drink.
be gone.
You should take a
Mhm.
long drink for every bricked layup.
Yeah, I
A
feel like you
long
guys
drink.
started out slow in this game, Stan.
Did you just call Nate Stan?
No, no, he's
Stan's
talking to the
commenting
chat.
in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
so I only got the Twitch chat. up, and
I
there's-
think it switched
there's-
around pretty well on the second half of this game, though. To be honest.
Yeah, they started
I'll
out
tell you
slow.
what,
We-
that window at the side was jam packed with people
Marky
watching.
Mark
You
with
guys.
the
I got
block.
blocked by Mark, and I said, "Nice block, Mark," right away. I'm like,
Underpasses
good.
can't
That's
tell
good.
you guys enough. What does that mean, Ryan?
Oh, we
Speak
were yelling.
English.
Underhand
Right.
passes.
Yeah, we're gonna start making Ryan do 20 push-ups for every underhand pass he does.
Yes, 100% time.
Yeah, watch the end of the game, Ryan. I underhand pass it to him and he misses it.
Oh,
Yeah.
underhand.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, we
I
don't.
love
We
that.
don't.
I
do,
love
like,
Miller.
The hook
Miller-
shot
Miller's
like
such a
halfway across
Miller's
the
good
court
people.
pass.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Adam's a good guy.
It was made that one, Nate. Or was that Brandon? I don't know. I can't tell.
That was
That's
me.
too well
Yeah, I
done.
know. We
God.
both look the same.
2 welds and up.
2 welds and
Two
up.
wells.
Drink.
That one was empty.
We're down what, 10?
Is it
Keith, are you not
thunderstorming outside?
drinking? Are you not playing our drinking game? Okay.
The 2 welds and up drinking game. We could do this for every video review.
George,
Yep, Georgie.
Georgie, I think we had an awesome high wall, and we're like, let's keep it
It's
here.
right
Let's
here,
keep
it's
it
right
here.
here.
Let's keep it here.
I told him, I'm like, hold it here, and then he lets Brandon go.
I am never gonna financially
Oh, let's
recover.
go back and watch that again. He's like, yeah, well, hold the wall
I'm never
here.
gonna financially recover.
I'll let this guy go.
Oh shit! I love you, George.
All right, you go. Help me.
In the fastest car.
Yeah.
I need to get the dodgeball true underdog story. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
3 on 2. Oh, but no.
No. Oh, it's
Well, I mean,
storming
that's
like
got-
out here, dude.
That's got a happy ending. You got Brando White trapped in the key. Nice and good.
Well,
Yeah, he
when
drove right
Stan
into
comes
it.
out and I make a dumb decision and decide to make sure you can't get out the back. And I'm like, I should have really just went to Stanley.
Hey,
Not-
Stanley.
up.
Not, yeah, I'll give
There's
him
your
the 2
outside
welds.
shot, buddy.
Stan.
I think
That's
we
the
had
shot. That's
a
the shot I've been working
a
on.
scoop throw in this game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our
Was it
other
Bill?
penalty.
Oh, it was Stan. The only reason we
Oh.
knew about that was a penalty because Bill's been called for it so many times.
Well, I know, like
I think it
sometimes when Bill misses, like he does the flip for his scoop, not like an actual throw. Like
No, I think it was White throwing the scoop back to Stan.
that is in the rules. You cannot throw the scoop to your teammate. That is
Yeah. He
Correct.
threw it. He threw it over to him because it fell out of his hand,
You have to hand it.
You know, honestly,
which is
from
dumb.
your center, you know who really surprised the shit out of me on your team was Marky Mills.
Yeah,
Mark Money Mills.
Yeah, he played
You mean-
his ass off. I was like, this guy was good. I did not expect
have
the game
a-
that he had.
he didn't have his
He's-
great shooting like he usually does. Like he's
Yeah.
usually great on that 3 weld.
I feel like he
Well,
shot
shot.
good during
Two-
seeding, but in
He did.
in the tournament against
Yeah.
us, he didn't. Well, these last 2 games that he didn't shoot his best. He had
Yeah.
some really, really good opportunities too.
hmm
Man, I wish my shoulder was at what it is at now. I feel like my shooting percentage would have been better, and that may have been the couple points we needed to beat Slam and Salmon.
It's all right. It's always next time.
Yeah, there's always next year.
It is what it is, man. I had fun out there. You know, I was upset like right after we lost, but going back and watching the videos, I'm like, man, we played all those games tight. Like, you know, it was one missed shot, and you know, there wasn't anyone that didn't miss a shot. So, you know, it was a team effort.
Stan over the backboard.
2 wells and up?
Ooh.
No.
Close.
I got-
close.
I just got really grainy again.
Yeah. 4 up.
Uh-oh.
Is it Stan? Gonna make you pay?
Ooh,
wells and
2 wells and up.
Stanley.
Take a drink.
Yeah, right there. See, he threw it back to him,
Oh my God.
and George yelled about it. Which I mean,
Hey,
it was a
hey.
penalty.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the guy when like I'm going for a loose ball and it's like a like a possession clock violation. I'm the guy that like I'll intentionally drive into someone trying to get a delay called.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
you might as well.
Or if like someone comes down gently on my scoop, sometimes I might drop my scoop out of my hand, LeBron it a little bit.
LeBron.
There was a miss lane.
12 seconds. We're coming into the end of the game
fun
here.
Time playing against Adam.
Yeah. Adam's a super nice guy,
Just
too.
a good dude, man.
Everyone in the community, dude. Like everyone.
He's
in the
gotten really
community
good at defense.
That's why Sarah started playing. She came out with Texas for me or with me to go to.
All right. Sorry, Dan. I'm cutting you off. We're going over what's happening in this halftime here. Literally, what we're saying is let's bring all 5 guys back on defense. So have a 3-2 running, and take as much time as we can on the offensive side. Literally, those are the exact words coming out of our mouth. We're like, we got this. We feel pretty good. We're pretty happy.
I got to be honest. I don't remember that.
That's what we said. Dude.
That's probably why it didn't happen.
It's 100% why it didn't happen. I think I'm one of the first guys just sitting out there as Cherry going, yeah, I'm going to stay over here.
I don't remember what we said. I think we're just saying, just keep playing our game.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because we didn't call double yet. That was on the timeout.
You guys started in double.
Did we start in double?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that must have been what it was.
All right. So coming
I can't remember if we started or if it was a timeout and then we.
I'm pretty sure you guys went to it pretty quickly. Well, we're going to find out.
I'll tell you what, man. You guys are making a lot of 2 wells and up shots. I went through my Jack and Coke very quickly.
That's good.
I think you guys started a double float right away as soon as you could. I don't think you guys had it right away.
You didn't have, obviously.
Seattle? Double float?
You don't break the wall often in Chicago. So it's just how those carts worked out.
This was
dude, next time we have Nats out here, we should do it at Naperville.
No.
Is that one still going? I thought
Lombard was our original center.
Yeah,
if
so
we
you
could,
guys
we,
went to
I would
double
love that
float
place.
right here.
Yeah. So basically immediately.
Oh
yeah, so we went right down.
Here.
Okay.
We got it.
I can't remember if we went right away or.
We got it.
I want George to shoot that shot a little bit earlier than that. He just waited a second too long.
A little too bad of an angle.
Yeah. All right. Shot miss. Still down by 8. We're not worried at all still. We're just bringing everybody up. You're double floating. We're like, yeah, fuck it.
Go back.
They're not making nothing yet.
Yeah, send one back. Take the screen.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Up by
not
10.
2 wells and up. But if you're at home and you want to drink, go for it, You don't got to drive anywhere if you're home.
Stanley.
Ooh.
I feel like
shot,
every time I made a good shot, Stan made a good shot right after.
Nice. Yeah, that was clutch. Like, I feel like you guys just hit the clutch shots at the right times.
Like, this is where
Stan made a few good ones.
Now we're shooting the shots, and here's where you started tearing this up, Nate. Yep. You
2
need
wells
quick
and
buckets, you got it. And we're like, you know what?
Do you remember? Hey, this is what I was talking about, Nate, about us not being back to back and how he like stopped me from being able to back up because I knew you were gonna roll right over the top.
It wouldn't have mattered, but yeah.
Oh,
it
just
would.
Maddie,
watch,
he just said your shit is
watch
weak.
the shot. Watch how I lobbed the shot. It wouldn't matter.
Oh, dude, I almost blocked that where it was.
Nah.
With that angle too. Let's watch it again.
I love it. All right, I've seen enough of this missed and awesome shot. All right, moving on. I'm grainy as hell. 22-18. What we got?
Minimize it and like resize it again, Trey. That's been helping me get it less grainy.
Yeah.
What?
Don't worry about it, Matt.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Oh, that was it. 2 welds and up.
Was it? All right.
That one. Oh, but Stan misses. I went. Mark and Stan and I we went to Pequod's on like the day after Nats and got some pizzas.
Nah. Oh yeah, I saw that.
It was good.
That
Good
looked
time.
good.
Good time. Good company.
Is this when their bill came up and shot it?
No, well, I passed it to him here, so this was
Okay.
a beautiful play. We just didn't make the shot.
I totally missed that shot by
Oh,
a
that's
country
exactly
mile.
what we were looking for, but
Yeah.
they made us pay for it.
Brandon, there's
Ooh, that
Brandon
was
getting loud. There's Brandon getting loud.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
What is it? Is it 18:22 right now?
6
Yeah.
seconds into us holding the ball, and the ball it goes up.
That was a good pizza. Is
Oh,
that
is
a
it what
Seattle
Stan said?
thing, Nate? A good pizza?
No, he's talking with Dan or whatever, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
George.
Oof.
I was. Oh yeah. Me, Mark, and Stan. We went and got. Ooh, 2 L's
There
and
it
up.
is.
Ells and up. Take a
Yeah.
drink.
Drink again.
They're getting loud. Brandon's getting loud.
Down by 2.
And yep. Yeah.
Yes, that was some very good pizza, Stan, and some very good company.
See, that was like
as
the
well.
shots that I didn't like.
We started doing that all like when
Was
the
like,
game was
yeah,
close. The game
this
kind of
shot's
restarted.
open, but we could have got that shot like at any time.
Yeah.
What'd
I
you
mean,
have,
it wasn't a
20
bad shot because you had 3 back, and
Yeah, he did. We were just missing. So
yeah,
the first half you guys were missing. Second half we started just.
he
missing
probably just
everything.
didn't need
The-
to shoot that quick. But I mean,
That's what I'm
That's-
saying. Like with a game that's that tight and like you guys got a lot of momentum, like I'd rather kill the clock and
Yeah.
get that shot whenever or try to make you guys make a mistake.
Look at my
That's a
boy,
big
the
shot.
butcher, playing some defense.
there's a good
Nice
shot.
shot, Trey.
The-
I mean, the team that makes more goals is gonna win. It's just
Oh, is that
usually
how
how
sci-
it goes.
it's science.
Nate, big shot.
Look at that one.
Mr. Big Shot.
You know what? I'm giving him 2
2
wells.
Ells and up.
His bumper was across the 2 weld mark. I'm taking a drink.
nice.
Down by 2 again.
See, like this is where we should have picked. And
Yeah.
Sean, you just didn't take a great angle.
I can't see it right now, so don't worry.
Are you
I-
maximizing it?
I'm
Yeah, it's
minimizing, maximizing.
Oh, mine's
Wasn't
pretty
a
good.
bad shot there. I mean, it was the right shot. Could be better. Could have been.
Yeah, yeah.
Way to fucking miss, Bill. God.
Yeah, you guys really caught some fire in this second half and just really kind of took it to us.
Who's that? Stan. Misses.
Yeah, it's just our kind of
George?
game is the double.
That's our kind of game too.
Trey,
I love
Matty?
double floating.
Matty loves racing, dude. Like he like.
No, I'm
sleeps
just
in it.
driving him lower so I
Thing.
get that a lower screenshot.
I feel like if they get
Two
Two
nice
L's and
shot,
up.
Dead,
Take a
yeah.
shot or drink. Or
Well, that's
whatever we're
dead
doing.
shot. I love playing back and forth with Dead. Man, that was always a lot of fun.
How's that wine, Matty? Is it chilled?
It's good, man. It's good.
I'm not a wine drinker. I don't know how you're supposed to drink wine.
Ooh,
There's
good
another
block.
turn.
Pretty sure
Good block.
it's not straight out of the bottle though.
Should be a carbon copy shot right here. Oof. See, like when he's going, man, like
Yeah.
he's hitting that shot like 4 out of 5.
Yep.
Mark, damn.
Yeah.
Barely missed that one.
This game could have won either way. To be honest, it could have won either way.
It is.
All I needed was like
storming
2
out
shots
by
out of
me.
Mark, and
Yeah.
Who's that? Dead
I missed 2 shots from like 2.5, 3 welds in though.
Mhm.
Like money shots, and
Man, Bill's shot is super cold right now.
yeah, a lot of people were going cold in this game at the end.
Chat, you're funny.
Did you say chat?
We're in
Fine.
control here, all right? We're in control. This is a nice play here by you guys. This was an overplay, I think, by Bill.
that was just me setting a good pick too.
Yeah, well, he kind of overplayed it here. And
He
Dead
overplayed
didn't get
by
him.
Alvin,
They
and
tried
he
to
got
bump
around
him.
him.
Trey couldn't come out. Good driving.
Yep.
Good pick.
2 welds and up. Take a drink.
Yep, honestly, I'm glad we called timeout there. The thing about us though is we kind of chose when and where we were going to call timeout. We didn't have a coach. Like Jeremy was watching the game from the interior, like the main lobby area. Jeremy was our coach.
Gotcha.
Now, see, the difference maker is out here is you have a man that innovates, and he brought his Milwaukee fan to cool
Hey,
down.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That was money.
That was huge.
That was money, dude. I took my head off, just put my head into that. Honestly, I'm getting one just because of that reason.
Yeah. Justin's out
The
there.
Cobalt version, though.
Justin's out there. He's the fanboy. I was out there giving massages. I think I was massaging Dad and Bill's shoulders. I know what my guys need.
That's right.
Oh, baby,
Sure.
you got what I need.
That's usually money.
So Stan
for them.
says 2-point game. Really thought we could do it at this point. I gotta be
Oh
honest.
yeah, I mean
from-
that was a
from
big
our
comeback
side-
for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys stole the momentum, right? And there's 8 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
We weren't really hitting the screenshot. You guys, like, we needed to find a way to get you guys out. And I think you guys actually ended up getting out of it yourselves, and then you never got it back, which kind of helped us.
Stan, I feel your pain. I feel your pain very much. At least you don't have a bunch of people rubbing in your face that your wife has won a banner before you.
It's true. During the halftime of his national experience.
Oh,
They didn't rub in my face. They let me know that she had won.
Yeah.
that was
there.
that was a bad turnover.
Yeah.
Nothing more
Is
than
it
happy
2-on-1?
for her.
No.
Oh, that's all right. Going around. Does George drill it? No.
So did you
Good
guys
shot,
say
though.
what was your timeout talk there? I wasn't paying attention. I've been drinking.
Mine?
Hey.
Both, yeah.
Hey.
Well, they said theirs.
Yeah.
What was yours? then?
Ours was just to keep double floating. I mean, it was working. We were down by.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Ooh, nice
Yeah, we
move
just
by
needed
Dad
the third person
Really
to make
nice
some
move.
shots.
Oof.
2 L's
Oh,
up.
so,
That-
I'm sorry.
That
that
makes
was
that one
premature.
too.
Yeah,
I think you guys
I-
scored right here.
I was.
Us is. Oof.
That's close.
Lasers don't lie,
Hit
except
the
when they
rim.
do.
That's rough.
This game is it's right there. So like it's intense right now. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
you're
yeah,
not
else
intense
is
to anybody else,
intense?
but it's intense on everybody on the court.
Circuses.
it's getting down to crunch time.
Cliff says,
Mhm.
Dan, I saw Sarah Van Sickle on here earlier, and Dan Van has a nice ring to it. It's not too late to take a champion name.
Oh my God, Cliff.
That is-
Get fucked, sir. With
I
all
hear-
due respect, and I'm saying with all due respect, that isn't worth a velvet painting of a whale's doing it, okay? Some people will get that. Some people will.
Totally.
Yeah, I think this is where you guys lost it here.
He shouldn't have shot that. He probably should have went in further. I don't know how much time was out. Yeah, there was
You should have
Nice
passed it
shot
to
by
me.
Nate.
Nate
work
Nate
to the
was,
3 and 2. Oh, it didn't matter.
If you would have passed it over to me, I had
I
it.
think his
Yeah.
bumper was across. I'm taking a drink on that. Take a drink on that
Yeah.
one.
All right.
The nice part was we got a rebound and scored.
Tie
Yeah,
game.
Tie game. Dude, that's fucking nuts,
I'm waiting for
dude.
Stan in the chat to say, I really thought we had it here.
Oh, look at that one.
Oh!
Yeah, that
You-
one hurt.
Could you
Double
have hit
rim.
any
Lasers
more
don't lie.
rim? Lasers don't lie.
It
Except
hurt.
when they do, Matty. Except when they do. Which isn't very often, though.
Yeah, that's Mark's shot right there. He's just off.
Is it? It's tie game round. Did you guys ever take the
Yeah.
lead in this game?
No.
We're
I
gonna
don't think
find
so.
out.
I think
We're
Dead
gonna
Bear
find
is on
out.
here.
Maybe. Yeah.
If we
yeah,
did,
was-
maybe one possession, and then
4.5.
Boom.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
dead.
that was great.
Woo! That was
I'll
I'm,
drink-
dirty.
I'm
shot.
gonna drink just because it was a good shot.
Yeah,
that was a big shot right
I'm
there.
just going to drink because it was a good shot.
I
It's
concur.
a big one. Yeah. We needed it.
I've been
Yeah.
drinking Jack and Cokes all night, and I'm gonna tell you what.
Oh, does he need to take that shot, Brandon? I don't think Brandon.
Nah,
needs
he
to take
forced that.
Yeah.
So, like, George was, like, calling for the ball. I, like, flipped it to him, and he couldn't get it.
Mm-mm. We got some splits action going up over here.
You know what makes me feel good when I watch like upper like B and A players making the same
Great shot, Bill.
The
the
same,
same
what?
mistakes,
2 in a row?
same mistakes that the lower players make.
Oh,
like bad
what
passes
mistakes
and
are
stuff
you
like that.
Yeah.
seeing?
Oh no, I'm just talking about like just bad passes in general and stuff. It happens to
Oh,
Oh my god, I was so angry I missed this one.
that
Sorry,
was
Bill.
just beautiful.
every- brick and layups. See,
Dude,
Pass.
B players do it
it
too.
was a great pass.
This was what I was talking about, Nate. Like, right here, I think this is where you guys lost the game. Because you went out to go get that ball. I almost would have rather see you stay down there and just like hold your position, not even worry about this ball, because you guys were like, we couldn't get into what we normally do because of you and Brandon being down there.
Yeah. A lot of times I would normally go there, but who's driving around on the backside there? Is that Mark? Who's got the ball right now? Mark?
Mark, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. He probably shouldn't have given up that space he gave up before he caught the ball.
Yeah, I should have just taken that shot in the middle.
Nice screen right here.
Dead money.
Two L's and
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
That's where it started. He started getting a lead again.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone at home is drinking with us, whether it be
Yeah, oh, I didn't drink, but
non-alcoholic beverage, alcoholic beverage, whatever floats your boat.
yeah, water.
Yeah, water.
This was
Yeah.
an
So here's
unfortunate
where the
one.
3-on-2 happens. Why that shot went
That
up
was a
pretty
bad
early?
shot. Yeah, Stan.
But he,
That was-
Two
that was
L's
bad.
and up.
but he said take
Bad
that.
shot,
No
but
drink.
Drink.
he made it worth it.
You get rewarded sometimes for bad play, and
You know what our podcast
Stan
needs?
I think Stan
more
knows it too.
drinking
Like he,
games. Definitely needs more drinking games.
that's another bad one.
Or smoking games for Nate.
This should be a goal for you guys here.
Oh, easy, yeah. It broke down. We brought all 5 back to.
Woo! Somebody said, "Get that out of my house." Was that Trey?
I'm not sure why he's shooting.
Did you just stuff Adam Miller? Did you take his lunch and eat it?
That was
think
me.
it was anywhere near
Oh, it was
Adam Miller.
Matthew. It was the Matthew Ice.
You know, the
It's-
best
it's
defender
so-
in Chicago.
It's so grain. It's so grainy for me that
I
I
love you,
can't.
George.
I can't.
I can't tell it all either.
Yeah. This reminds me of watching like X-rated movies back in the day at your buddy's house. They had like, you know, like it was coming in all staticky and stuff. You're like, is that an elbow? What is that? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, then
No?
we got a delay too. Adam got stuffed and then delayed.
Oh yeah.
If you French fry when you're supposed to pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
That definitely didn't help.
Oh, Stan.
Mark working it.
Mm.
2 L's and up.
I thought I was gonna have an angle. That's why I'm like,
Blocked. Blocked by Bill.
Let Stan go by.
Mr. Bill, look at me. I got a block.
Hey, Bill's
Mr.
a
Bill.
sneaky defender, man.
He really is.
We have a lot of sneaky defenders, dude. Bill, Walter, Dead does it,
Now we're slowing down the game.
which is the right call.
Mm-hmm.
5-point game, still winnable with 1:40 to go.
Ooh.
I want to see Matty make that shot and not miss it.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I didn't know how much time I had. I was just trying to give it up there and give it a shot. Oh, Georgie. Oh,
2 L's and up.
2 L's and up.
that's a good cherry play, Nate.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you should ever get beat with too low on this play. Like, it should never happen. Like, he's overplaying you here. Big time.
Push play. That's why I keep losing the freaking view here. Because you keep
So
pausing it.
2 L's and up.
Drink again. I don't care if it's the same shot. We're drinking again.
I win. I get some.
I don't know if you noticed, Nate, in your intro. Oh, you didn't. 'cause you
Up
couldn't-
by 3, minute 6, minute 5, minute 4. I think that's the numbers in the
Yeah,
clock.
I think this
don't
was
know.
a really
Yeah,
bad
minute.
possession, too.
Yeah. But your intro video, Nate, was like some Bob Marley like music
Nice.
in the background.
This is the pass
I look
back.
at Dead
wasn't
right
looking
into his
for.
thing here. I was like, oh my god, this just happened, didn't it?
This was the game right here.
But it worked out, and this is what happened.
Was that an intentional?
Oh, reverse.
Was that an intentional corner?
Oh, goes over
Look,
him.
oh,
Overhand
look
pass.
at that. Look at that pass.
Rewind that all the way to the beginning because it's kind of hard to see.
Rewind it again.
Oh,
It hit him right in the scoop, too. It wasn't a bad pass.
You know. Now we're
Ryan,
celebrating because
this is why we do not do underhand passes.
Yeah, I know.
20 push-ups for every underhand pass at practice. We have cameras. We will be
Yeah,
watching
we,
you.
we weren't about to mess
I was
around
just
with
trying to
the
get him the
here.
ball quick, man. We needed to score quick.
I'm not yelling at you. I mean, we got.
I think Adam's
No,
cart
I
broke
know.
down there.
I shouldn't have done it, but
Was that 2 wells and up? That was 2 wells and up.
The ball
Yeah.
probably should have been put into the corner though. Anyways,
Drink, everybody.
thank God he made the shot.
I mean, yeah,
You know what I mean?
This car,
he was gonna make that.
you got to work that baby. You got to get that.
But I mean, what if
caboose
you missed
going.
it? Then you guys got a 3-point opportunity, could have tied the game,
That's
and
true.
all the momentum goes. I mean, it
That's
worked
true.
out. But we got called for a penalty here on this. Rewind that one, Matt. I'll give you that one. It's 35-32, and then you see
Like father,
the
like
point
son.
go
You
up to
know,
34.
Justin put the nail in the coffin with that freaking 8-weld 3-point.
No, he didn't get
And
a penalty.
Yeah,
Bill puts the nail in the
got the shot.
coffin with a.
No, I'm just saying they got a penalty here. It's 35-34. It was 35-32 in the beginning.
Oh, someone just gave extra points. The final was 35-32.
Yeah, the final was, in my opinion. No, they called a penalty on Bill for unbuckling his seatbelt and getting out of the cart
technically,
before the
I
game
think
was over.
That would be more points then, technically.
Yeah, it should be a 4-point penalty. I believe.
Controversy.
I'm on it.
But if you look it all down,
Controversy.
he didn't take it off and jump out until the buzzer rang. So I'm
That's
not gonna
true.
give that.
That's what I was like. I wouldn't have called it a penalty anyways.
That's very true.
So
This was a funny moment when Jordan came out during our team.
I
mhm.
I don't know if you saw this or not, Nate.
did, yeah.
There it goes.
Who is
Comes
it?
around.
Huffman?
Yeah,
the Huffman?
Jordan.
Yeah, he was doing this, and everyone was
See ya,
talking
Stan.
about
Good night, buddy.
good game, and we're like, no, let him take a picture with him doing that with us.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
We loved it.
Yeah, Jeff was like waiting.
Yeah,
Action Jackson.
awesome.
Let's give
guys.
that man a shout out for all the pictures he does.
Yeah, definitely a big shout out to Jeff. Jeff is.
He's working on stuff
night,
for
Stan.
nationals too, I think.
We really appreciate everything that Jeff.
I
does.
know nothing of this, sir.
all the other Whirly Media guys,
do know
Gus,
things.
all the podcasts out there,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah,
Um,
I love all you
Dan
guys.
Doherty Scoopco doing a lot for the community. Can't forget that.
yeah, but
Doherty
you're not.
Scoopco.
You're Dan Doherty Scoopco is not really part of Whirlyball Media. I was making.
I
I
kind of am though.
By the way, Trey, what jersey are you wearing right now?
Kind of.
Oh, Rain.
I knew that. I don't know if anybody's ever seen
Just
this
saying.
one, but this is our Thunder Jar jersey.
Real quick, Manny.
What was that from? What
Uh,
year?
Can
that
you
was,
can you
Atlanta.
explain?
Oh, it was.
Can
okay.
you explain the Thunder
Cleveland.
Jar story?
Cleveland.
I've explained that so many times.
Cleveland, Matt. We
But
started
have
in
you
Cleveland.
explained
Oh,
it on
Cleveland. That's
here?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleveland was.
We got the
first
ice tray picture in Cleveland.
one. We got the
Started
what?
off ice tray picture in Cleveland, and then we kept the tradition going every year.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I didn't go that year. Yeah.
Long story short, we rented an Airbnb. There was an old lady.
Texas,
Our team name was Puss in Heat
so fun.
because our team we merged two teams together. Yeah, it was 2016 Texas, correct? Trey and I played on a team in our leagues. It was called Heat Check. Dead Sean Roberts,
PK.
PK, and Dan Soltis played on a team called Shark to Puss. They asked us to come and play, so they just merged the names together. Shark to Puss, Heat Check, Puss in Heat. Awful name, but during the time out there, it is a championship-winning name though.
That's right.
So I guess this is not a championship jersey.
It is not a
Theory.
championship jersey. Oh my!
You lied, sir. You
I don't-
lied.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's a Whirlyball
I'll drink
Rebels
to that.
League Championship jersey. The first year that it.
That don't mean shit.
I
It's
didn't
not
say
Nationals
Nationals
jersey.
Championship. I didn't say Nationals Championship. I just said a championship jersey.
So we rented the Airbnb, a little old lady in Texas. Sean at the time was he would smoke, and he was very nice. So he's giving us a tour. We're out on the patio, and he's like, man, I
Smoking cigarettes.
smoke.
Almost a year quit right now. By the way, guys.
Congrats, man.
Good.
Just
Good
give
for
myself
you.
a little.
Good for you.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Only if I hit an applause button.
The lady, again, I think like 80, 90 years old. I mean, this lady was old.
She's dead by now for sure.
I don't know. She had a really strong vibe, a lot of energy.
I can tell
hope she
Dan's
made
been
it.
drinking.
I
My
hope she made
God,
it.
that
Yeah,
was
he's
great.
getting morbid
I
on
have
us.
been
loved it.
drinking.
He's getting
I love
morbid.
it.
All right, can I finish the story, please?
No.
So we're out on the
Timmy.
patio. Trey asked about about where he can put out his cigarettes, and the little
Mhm.
lady points to this like bucket underneath a swinging bench. And she goes, "Can anybody tell me what that is?" And me being the smart ass and logical person at the same time, I'm like, "A pot to put out cigarettes in." Like, what the fuck, lady? Like, why are you trying to steer us around? And then she's like, "No." And then PK says, "Pot to take a shit in." And I thought he was joking. I really did. But he's such a smart dude. He probably knew that that's what it was. Now that I think about it. And she goes, "Yeah, it's a thunder jar."
Nice.
And then we're all out on this patio with this little old lady. We just looked at each other. We burst into laughter. And it's like, shortly after that became the team name.
Nice.
You didn't explain what a thunder jar is, Matty.
It's a pot to shit in.
Kinda
Why?
did. Well, if you're on a patio and you see something
Selective
that looks like
hearing.
it's a pot to put cigarettes out in, and it's not, it's a thunder jar.
It's a
Just-
thunder jar.
It's
You
called a
should poop
thunder
in it.
jar so that they don't have to take the walk to the outhouse in a thunderstorm. That's
Oh,
why it's called a
Oh, is
I'm
it?
learning. I'm learning this.
Well,
They didn't
you know
explain
what?
it.
Honestly, dude, Dan. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea.
Did you actually look this up?
this? Oh my
it's
goodness.
common knowledge.
Common.
I'm
Nate's
just figuring this
"You're
out right
fucked."
now. We didn't know what a thunder jar was. We're
What
like,
the
it's just
She
an
didn't
awesome
explain
name.
it. She just said
She
what
didn't
it
explain it.
was, and apparently you knew the whole time, and you've been
That is
holding out.
great. Oh my
Dude.
goodness. We have to bring the name back. It has to come back
I feel
now.
like next episode.
There's
you
3
need to
founding
take a
members of
hiatus.
Thunder Jar.
You're banned from the next stream.
What?
Yeah,
This is
just for
some
that.
horse
You've been
duty.
holding out for years.
Dude, we're
Dude,
gonna have
this
to we're gonna have
vital
to bring
How
information.
could you not
we're
put
gonna
that
bring Denon
together?
because he's a Thunder Jar member.
I took the lady at face value. She said it's a pot to take a shit in. And
Yeah.
End
yeah,
the story.
only when it's thunderstorming out.
But she didn't say
Well,
that.
you don't want to have to take a dump
Hold on,
in the
hold on.
thunderstorm.
How am I
You
gonna
take a dump in the Thunder Jar.
How am I not
She
going
didn't
to
say
trust
that.
a 90-year-old lady in
You
Texas?
can't trust anyone these days, Manny. Come on.
But you know what, Dan? Thank you.
Great host,
it
by
makes
the way.
it
Shout
makes
out to
our
her.
story a million times better.
Now we
You're
learned
welcome, you
something.
know.
That is great. I love it.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know a lot about one thing, but I know a little about a lot.
That's true.
Master of none, jack of all.
Facts. yeah,
Jeff.
that's true. I agree with that. All
Love it,
right,
Dan.
guys. I think we're probably gonna call it.
Yeah, that's good.
It's been a really great show. Really
This
appreciate
was
all
a long
the-
one, but
That was a
It's
good
a
one.
long one.
Yeah.
I'm
It was
glad
fun.
I'm glad we started when we did because this is like the perfect time for like I usually in bed by like midnight our time. So
Perfect.
go.
Well, I'm glad we could fit into your schedule. Thanks.
thank you, I appreciate that.
Thanks for that.
Nate, thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Love you,
It's
dude.
fun.
Keith,
Yeah, we're not
Hey.
signing off exactly just yet. Okay.
who's getting Black Ops 6? Anyone? Anyone? You gonna try, or you guys not even bothering?
We talk about whirlyball in here. Just saying.
Alright, fine.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about everything, but a thunder jar, also known as a laden jar, is a glass jar that stores an electric charge between metal conductors on the inside and outside of the jar. It was the first capacitor or condenser.
You're
Thanks,
looking
George.
at the wrong.
You
You're
need
looking
like
at
a
the wrong-
slain
You're looking at the
thunder.
wrong definition.
Maybe
mhm.
it's what do they call those other definitions?
I was thinking it was like a spittoon or like a, like for like chew spit. That's usually what those jars are for.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know what's going on right now. All I know is that we have some exciting shows coming up. Everybody, you're definitely going to want to tune in.
Please
Nate
give
has-
us your guests
Nate's,
that you want to see.
yeah,
please give us
let
your
what you
questions.
want to see. I'm
Let us
actually
know.
going to release a couple of names that you're going to see in the near future here. Part of our goal when we started this was to try to do 2 podcasts a month. We have remarkably failed at that. in part because of life schedules.
Life happens.
And
Yeah, life happens.
trying to get things infrastructure-wise going with the stream.
Some glorious infrastructure.
We've had some audio issues and things like that we want to fix.
Now he's good.
Buying some new equipment, stuff like that. But I think
And I've been drinking.
we're going to be on a good trajectory here. So we have Kyle Phillips lined up. So we're going to be excited to have Kyle Phillips on.
Kyle Phillips from Atlanta.
We're working on some dates that should be probably early November or so, maybe mid-November, and then Tim Austin as well.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. Did he just get 2 for 2 here?
Yeah. So
Well,
we
I
have-
know-
Oh yeah.
He went
What-
2 for
and-
2
and-
for the first time ever, I think.
It's easy when I know like that was a layup.
When he's
you know?
drunk.
Yeah, when he's drunk, yeah.
You're pretty when I'm drunk.
I gave you a couple layups and I even pointed to like the stream. I'm like, he's gonna get this one. Nope. Twice.
There was a couple times
Twice.
where I was shuffling between other things. So like I'm working on it. I'm getting
Not
better.
paying attention,
I'm
you
getting
know.
better. I got some input on some more I need. I need to get the
Sometimes a good,
teach me how to Dougie. okay?
sometimes a shit.
Yeah, I gotta get, that'd be a good one to have. I gotta get the Michael Jordan. I took that personally. It's another good one to have on there.
Dan, Trey, you guys want to close us out with anything? You got anything you want to say before we cut out?
Nope.
Just the whirlyball community is fucking fantastic. You know,
Yeah. I love
I love
it.
it. I love everyone in it. Love you, Chief Keef. You the man, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anybody out there that's considering playing whirly ball, absolutely go do it. We have an extraordinarily fun community, a lot of good people. If you're a little bit of an asshole, that's helpful because once
Yeah,
you get
that's
to
me.
know us, we'd like to throw some shit around every once in a while.
Yep.
If you've been watching this podcast at all, you have obviously seen that. We do it in all good fun, but everybody is welcome. This is us, What in the World Windy City Edition, signing off. Reminder, never stop whirling. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out.
Peace.